Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Yes, speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, beautiful people. It is Thursday, April 21st, 2022, and this sports show shall commence right now.
Yeah!
Thank you all so much for joining us here on this glorious Thursday. Everybody's here. The Toxic Table at Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor. Before we even get going here, I do need to address something. Ty, there's a new John Wayne Gacy Netflix documentary, and it is, straight from the horse's mouth, basically. No. It's called the John Gacy tapes or something like that. Ooh. And he actually says in the only video I have seen from this particular documentary that is out, "Hi, I'm John Wayne Gacy. I murder people and put them in my basement. I'm from Waterloo, Iowa." Ooh. That is literally, so the middle, I think they missed the middle sentence.
Yeah,
that
I don't remember that.
Well, that's what I thought he was saying. But, hello, I'm John Gacy. I'm from Waterloo, Iowa. And I want to let you know, that is damning.
Yikes.
Not only was he the man of the year in Waterloo, here he is saying, this is where I'm from. This is the town that created me. Mm-hmm. This is where I took the tractor another round. Another round. And that tractor was humans that he was mauling and putting in his basement from Waterloo, Iowa, the same beautiful town that we know you are from. Mm-hmm. And I remember talking to your dad at your wedding, and he was like, he was not from fucking Waterloo, Iowa, your dad. And you've maintained your innocence this entire time. Brand new footage, alternate angle of this murderer, directly from Waterloo, Iowa. Oh, no. What are we doing with this whole thing?
Well, if you watched it, which I did, I watched the first 2 episodes last night. I'm not thrilled with the way the filmmakers kind of just popped this in here because he was not born in Iowa. He moved there later in life. He married someone. Her dad bought 3 KFC franchises. They moved from Illinois to Iowa for him to run the franchises.
He's first chef.
Yeah.
First chef. And he ran the morning meal and the afternoon meal.
Yes. He at the Waterloo JCs, he made people refer to him as the Colonel. And they actually did.
That's how he won Man of the Year.
Well, it probably great fundraiser. But as I was watching it, I tell you what, there's a person in there who graduated from my high school. Boy, very uncomfortable. I mean, it's just
it's starting to settle in.
It really. That's why when I saw that, and I'm getting just a barrage of tweets. This guy's not from Waterloo. Okay, we can't do this. I had to. You know what? If John Wayne Gacy's from Waterloo, then the headquarters of Deere are from Waterloo as well. That's a stipulation that I'm going to make because this is bullshit. Okay. We don't fucking claim this guy. Okay, he's a sack of shit. He didn't actually kill anybody in Waterloo either.
We don't know. We don't know. Back in the day, they used to be able to say, "No, I didn't." They were like, "All right, case closed." That's literally what used to happen.
It was in the chicken, dude.
If you watch it, he certainly tried to. But he didn't get the job done. But I think it was, like when you're watching that, and things pop up, and it's like, oh Jesus Christ! Like I know where that's at. That's very. It was. I don't know.
Anyways,
it was very
congrats
damning.
to Waterloo having John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah, he's not from Waterloo, but he said
put that back up.
Give the man his flowers. He was from Waterloo.
Listen, this guy literally says, I'm from Waterloo, Iowa.
Living is what he should have. There should have been an asterisk. I live in Waterloo.
Yeah, but home is where your heart is, and he had about 100 hearts in Waterloo, Iowa.
At least, and then he went over to Illinois and put up another 50 stack.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Ty.
Jeez, Ty.
Yeah.
Thanks, Waterloo, Iowa.
He's from Illinois, Zito. Yeah, see, that's what I don't understand either.
He started all Waterloo.
Zito, just scampers right on by. This guy was built in Illinois, did most of his heavy lifting in Illinois, and here I am taking shrapnel because...
Listen, we're not saying it. We're just telling you what John said.
Yeah.
Well, what do you want me to do? Okay, that's the most profitable KFC franchise in the nation. So, yeah, they're sending people out there and say, how is this guy making the chicken so goddamn good? Everyone's going to this place. I'm sick of it. He's not from Waterloo, okay?
He's a big Hawkeyes fan, too.
He was not a Hawk.
Yeah. We'll see if any Iowa State Cyclones do any investigating into Waterloo, Iowa, to see if he was big time Go Hawks guy.
He was not.
This guy
a
loves
Hawks guy.
Kirk's dogs.
No, Kirk's
He was wearing the
dogs
black
weren't
and yellow
around yet.
Zubas pants. And
It's a tough day to be Waterloo, Iowa.
Wow.
Man.
Feel bad.
Whew.
Is he still there?
Let's have a moment of silence for Waterloo, Iowa.
He was executed, you asshole.
In Waterloo?
In Waterloo?
No.
Did they send his body back home to
yeah,
Waterloo?
they did. We sent him right back.
Do they have a memorial?
Take your shit back. That's what he
parade
said.
for
I don't
Man of
know.
the Year?
Excuse me?
Did they have
Anyways,
a memorial parade?
Just real quick, this is real inside our show stuff. A lot of people probably weren't even watching when this all was happening. John Wayne Gacy was a serial killer. He murdered a lot of people back in the day, back whenever people were murdering people on a regular basis and nobody knew because there's no such thing as the internet or brains, it felt like. Investigations happened. There was a lot of great detectives, but literally they could get put off a scent just by somebody taking their shoe off and going in a different direction. John Wayne Gacy had like 30, 40 bodies in his basement. They were just covering it up with soil and more soil. And he was running like the town square, basically, this guy. In that documentary, it was very clear that he started in Waterloo, Iowa.
That is not very clear.
As we watched this entire thing, we thought to ourselves, we had to. Literally, we were forced to think to ourselves, holy shit, we know somebody from Waterloo, Iowa.
Yeah.
Ty Schmidt. And since that moment, all the way through last night when this was sent into the group text, we had thought that Waterloo, Iowa was maybe painted wrongly. And the people of Waterloo did not deserve any type of like connection to the serial killer, this terrible clown that was just murdering and murdering and murdering. Even though he was the man of the year in Waterloo, voted man of the year in
By
Waterloo.
the Waterloo JCs, it wasn't a unanimous, hey, this is the best guy in Waterloo.
No, well, he won the
Seems like
award,
it.
Waterloo man. So we thought for a long time, maybe we misjudged the importance of Waterloo into John Wayne Gacy's life. Maybe Waterloo didn't empower this man to think he was untouchable to go on and kill all the people he did. We felt bad for a year or two, didn't we?
Very.
We literally felt bad because you're from Waterloo. We've met now your family
Yeah,
from Waterloo.
good people.
Fucking great people.
Yeah.
Turns out you guys create one of the worst people of all time in fucking John Wayne Gacy. Right here. He's from Waterloo, Iowa.
Terrible.
I don't feel bad anymore.
Nope.
Okay, I want to let you know. Waterloo, Iowa needs to tighten the fuck up. Okay? You guys need to stop handing out this Man of the Year awards to serial killers. Okay? Because that's what you guys are doing to our entire society. I loved Waterloo, Iowa. Then I heard about Waterloo, Iowa. A lot of questions about Waterloo, Iowa. Then you kind of settle those things down. It's not about Waterloo, Iowa. Now we're out more alternate angles. It is all Waterloo, Iowa.
It's not about Waterloo, Iowa. Listen, we can put a pin in this for, one final time. He's a sack of shit, okay? He got there. He invented the KFC Double Down, which is a lot of people, one of their favorite sandwiches when you look at the pantheon of great
Two
fast
chicken
food
breasts
channels.
as
Two
buns.
chicken breasts, a piece of bacon, and some American cheese on there. So, yeah, he brought that. But I'll tell you what, I don't like how Illinois continues to skip by in this. And can we talk about the parenting? I mean, his dad was a sack of shit. He's not from Waterloo. Why are we not looking at them?
His dad died of cirrhosis.
Yeah, because he was drinking because he raised a fucking piece of shit who's bringing my home city's good name down.
When did he become JW? Because in here he was just John Gacy, and I originally, when he became JW, thought the W stood for Waterloo. I thought it was John Waterloo.
Waterloo Gacy.
Oh, yeah.
You're right. But then we learned, remember, because we did learn there for a bit. We were hot on this, like Waterloo, and then Ty got the fire hose out and was like, "Calm it down, boys, calm it down." He's from everywhere else. Now John Gacy, first chef, guy who runs the morning meal and the afternoon meal at that KFC in Waterloo, Iowa, is from Waterloo, Iowa. That's tough stuff. That's tough. It's gonna be hard to forget about that, but we will because we know you and the other good people of Waterloo do not deserve this type of representation.
Well, I appreciate that. I just don't want that to get,
It did sound like you were claiming the double down though out of Waterloo,
Big
as
time.
if it was something like you were proud of. There.
It's a great
Can't
sandwich.
pick and choose.
And it was a genius idea. It was a great sandwich, a genius idea. But again, he didn't even buy these fucking KFCs himself. So how do I know that there isn't some unheralded cook somewhere that he just took all the credit for?
And
Like
killed
Hilda, yeah.
and put in the.
Well, no,
sandwiches.
because he doesn't have any bodies in Iowa.
We don't know that.
Unconfirmed.
I'll take that to my grave. No bodies in Iowa. Those are all in Illinois.
Just wait for episode 4.
All right, let's talk about sports. Ten Diggs is here, one half of the Hammer Dahn Cowboys. We have something very interesting today when it comes to the gambling ranks, and that's odds that we will not be able to bet on, but we do know of. So the Deebo Samuel news of him asking for his trade from the San Francisco 49ers yesterday came out of nowhere to all of us. I mean, honestly, it felt like the best offseason of all time. Couldn't get any better. How could it get better? Oh, how about like 50% of the offense for the NFC Championship team back-to-back years of the San Francisco 49ers? Deebo Samuel saying, I don't want to be here anymore. Get me the hell out of here. This following Adam Schefter basically telling the world on ESPN via a Navarrethan's tweet where he said that Adam Schefter said that the Niners would give him the contract. We all know what the contract is. It is what it is. They would give him the money today if they had to, or tomorrow if need be. But Deebo's the one that's kind of put a halt to this entire thing. So that kind of raised some speculation because that made us think about Lamar in Baltimore. That made us think about other potential contract situations on why would somebody not want the money right now? Oh, it must mean they don't want to be there. It was our initial thought. And then it came out, Deebo does not want to be in San Francisco. Nope. Deebo also does not want to be a running back anymore. He just wants to be a traditional wide receiver. I wonder if that has come because the Niners told him they weren't going to pay him for his running back duties. So he and his agent, Toby Maguire, Toby Darby, Tony Darby,
Jerry Maguire,
Tory Danby of CAA, who also represents DK Metcalf and AJ Brown. I wonder if the reason why he doesn't want to play running back anymore, even though he's incredibly talented at it, and that is a massive piece of why Deebo Samuel has become such a pivotal part of their offense over there, is because whenever they made him an offer, and this kind of squeaked out, whether it was through Rappaport or other reporting, that would have made him one of the highest paid wide receivers in the NFL. But obviously, that is not accounting for the running back duties in which he took 60 extra hits on 60 more carries as a running back this past season, being electrifying, being tough to account for. So I think personally, and I'm going to have to be pulled off of this mightily, I think the reason why he is stating and his team is stating that he no longer wants to be a running back is because he was not offered to be paid for both of his duties. One of the highest paid wide receivers, and also here's a tax for me to play running back for you guys of an extra $3 million, $5 million a year, whatever he thinks it's worth. That was not even offered. Only the wide receiver numbers were offered. And he and his team said, well, I'm not going to take 60 more fucking big time collisions if I'm not going to get paid for it. And I'm only going to get paid for what I do at the slot or what I do outside. So I think that was a business decision that was being made. I assume another team that is in on Deebo Samuel, and the odds out of FanDuel that we are not able to bet because these cannot be regulated in any other state other than Colorado, and they're not going to put it up in Colorado. The 49ers would be favored as the landing for Deebo Samuel this upcoming season. The Jets plus 350. That's the Bob Saleh thing. And also they were in on Tyreek Hill. So you would think that the Jets would want a weapon, and they know Deebo Samuel rather well. Colts plus 400. Here we go. Here we go. This is the Colts. This is the FanDuel Sportsbook's odds makers creating odds for this if they had to create odds, even though we're not able to bet on it. So shout out to FanDuel's odds makers making something that doesn't matter to them at all. Saints plus 800. Packers plus 950.
Here we go, boys.
Chiefs plus 1,200. Cowboys plus 1350. Now, the Cowboys are an interesting one because Deebo Samuel, he liked a tweet.
What? A Cowboys tweet?
Yeah, he did. He liked the tweet, basically putting him to the Cowboys. Getting an update now from the internet world, if you would like that. He unliked that tweet as well.
Oh, no.
Because did that give away leverage for Deebo Samuel?
Maybe.
Everybody thinking he wants to go to the Cowboys, or other teams not getting interested, or other teams not getting involved. A couple follow-ups here. We don't believe Deebo has a no-trade contract or clause in his contract, so the Niners could potentially trade him to anywhere. We've also heard follow-ups that they have all the control. They don't want to trade him. They're not going to trade him if they don't want to trade him. They don't have to trade him. It's an interesting situation because I would assume every team in the NFL is excited about getting Deebo, but if you get Deebo, you got to give something up, and you're going to have to pay him. And if you want him to be a running back, which is what we've seen him also play and be dynamic as, you're going to also have to pay him on top of that and wide receiver thing. That's how I view it. I might be wrong.
I agree with you 100%. And I think it's rare that a player is universally beloved. And I think Deebo Samuel last year was universally beloved by pretty much every fan base besides probably the ones in the NFC West. And I think that was because of how he plays and how he is a bowling ball. And he was playing that running back position because a lot of the 49ers running backs got hurt last year. But I get where he's like, if you're only going to pay me wide receiver money, I'm only going to do wide receiver things. Is there any way that you can put in his contract incentives, be like, for every 10 carries, you get an extra $1 million or something?
The amount of incentives that are in contracts, I think we're kind of exposing now as we go through these contracts being announced. Like, hey, he just signed for 6 years, $120 million. Now, the $100 million of that is all have to be earned and blah, blah, blah. I would assume there's easy ways to add a percentage of run plays bonus. You know, how much of what happens to the run game if he comes in there? How often does he get the ball behind the line of scrimmage? There's all those things that they can put in there. But all word out of that camp over the last, 13 hours or so is that he just wants to be wide receiver. He doesn't want to be a running back anymore. It has to be because he doesn't think he's going to be able to get paid as a running back and also a high-end wide receiver, which is good business, and that's in the middle of the decisions he's making right now.
Well, and the Niners might have added that to the contract. Like, maybe they did change their mind, but if he's not going to come to the table at San Fran, then it doesn't really matter. It feels like it's already kind of a done deal. He's not going to be playing in San Francisco next year, and if the Jets offer one of their top 10 picks and then, a couple more in the second and third round, it's hard not to imagine he'll probably end up being a Jet.
Bygones can be bygones, especially with money when money is involved.
Yeah.
But Le'Veon Bell said, hey, if he sits out next year, so I guess Lev is just going automatically to what Le'Veon did. Le'Veon Bell is one of the only ones in recent memory who have actually said, yeah, fuck, I ain't playing. I'm going to hold out. Oh, are you? Okay, we'll see you around week 4, I guess, whenever you get bored or broke or whatever. Le'Veon Bell's like, no, I'm going to hold out. I'm going to go down to Miami. I'm going to drop an album. I'm at an album release party. I'm going to float around on yachts. There's going to be a lot of thoughts around. I'm going to be on jet skis. People are going to say I gained weight, and I'll come back next year. And he did, by the way, end up getting more guaranteed money the next year from holding out. He said if Deebo doesn't play this year, one thing the 49ers are going to make sure of is to feed someone else the ball and make it seem as if they don't need Deebo, when in reality, we all know the truth. But if Deebo doesn't play, they'll try and make it seem like the backup is just as good. This is Le'Veon Bell saying this is the bullshit of the NFL. Because Deebo, if he does hold out, Deebo is basically getting punished for doing too much and helping the team win. Deebo just needs to stay out of the backfield. That's Le'Veon Bell saying if they're not going to pay you to take the hits that the running backs take, don't fucking do it. It's real, though. That is a good business tactic. Now, if Shanahan and that offense find somebody else that is a wide receiver, and they start hammering him that ball and giving him the ball, and they start having a glimmer of the success that Deebo was having. What Le'Veon Bell is saying is they're going to try to devalue Deebo Samuel if he does sit out and leave. And I would assume he's saying just like they tried to do to me, basically, in Pittsburgh. I don't know if that's what happened in Pittsburgh. I don't recall that happening, but that would be something that a spiteful team or a spiteful coach or GM would attempt to do, because it's probably best for business to have a wide receiver that can run the ball just like Deebo was able to do it, and it makes them look a lot smarter than the player Deebo Samuel. Follow-up. If he holds out, that means they wouldn't trade him?
Yeah.
Are we at a time now where people wouldn't just trade somebody? I feel like we are in a time now where everybody trades everybody.
I think so. Especially with you get this close to the draft and a team just does say, fuck it, hey, we'll give you a top 10 pick. It's like, all right, well, let's do it.
That's awesome.
You can get a replacement so easy. Like, if you get a top 10 pick, you're going to get one of those top 3 wide receivers most likely too.
Yeah, you think that's a replacement for Deebo Samuel? That's what Le'Veon Bell was just saying.
Yeah, I mean,
that's literally what the Le'Veon Bell was just saying, Connor.
Definitely not someone that equals Deebo Samuel, but they have an unbelievable rookie running back from last year, Elijah Mitchell. Like, if they're just trying to replace him at wide receiver, and then you get that 5-year contract on a rookie deal, like, it definitely gives you a little more breathing room than a $30 million, maybe $25 million a year Deebo would
There's
warrant.
zero chance the Colts get him because we got Jonathan Taylor in the backfield, but we do need weapons. But Jarvis Landry's still out there. Odell Beckham Jr. is still out there. I mean, there's a lot of weapons still out there. Not that Deebo's market will not be a big one. I feel like a lot of people want Deebo on their team, but at this stage, with what they know it's going to cost, I wonder what's going to happen in this whole thing. Go ahead, Tom.
Maybe Lev's talking about, so the year that he did sit out in 2018, James Conner went to the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, and you guys fed James Conner.
He had 100 less carries than what Le'Veon had the year before. But I mean, yeah, he was the number 1 running back. But then after Lev sat out, he never was the same guy or anything.
Well, he went to the Jets with Adam Gase.
Yeah.
They kind of stink. Went to the Chiefs. He was like 3rd string. Is that his fault? I don't know. You tell me. Probably. Went to the Bucks. Didn't he go to the Bucks for a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
Went to the Ravens for a little bit.
Yep. Yeah.
Was he on the Chiefs for a little bit?
Yeah.
Too?
Yeah. 3rd string or whatever.
That's third string's generous.
He was. What are you talking about?
Maybe fourth, fifth.
He made some absolute bangers, though.
He did.
Speaking of bangers, the Knuckleheads podcast with the guy that's about to join us, Darius Miles, is an absolute banger. And the NBA is in the middle of their Lombardi season right now. And last night we had some epic clashes. Big time games. Some players disappeared that we thought would maybe rise up. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, 13-year NBA vet, podcast host, legend, Quentin Richardson. What's up, dude?
Appreciate you guys, as always.
Hey, man, everybody's saying that the NBA is creeping into the NFL because the players have more control now. Are you keeping up with any of that? Deebo said he wants traded. He's probably going to get traded. Tyreek Hill wanted traded. He got traded. Devontae Adams wanted traded. He got traded. Do you take that as a slight or good business of NBA players?
Good business. I'm not. Hey, listen. I'm all for players, in all sports getting their money and getting their just due. Because we know as players and athletes, once we can't play anymore, all the money for that from that lane is gone. We got to find something else. So when you can get it while the getting is good.
Absolutely. Your piece of gum, man. Once the flavor runs out, they will. And they will get another piece of gum right in their mouth immediately in all sports. We appreciate you joining us, Quentin. Last night, these NBA playoffs have been good. They have been good. And I don't know what it's like on a normal basis, but just the score of another game up in the top corner gives me a little March Madness feel, too. I'm like, okay, there's other games going on. It's happening every single night. Let's dive into what happened last night. Kyrie and KD, what happened in the Garden? I know Kevin Durant scored 27 or something like that, but Kyrie only had 10 points. We thought that was going to be a big fuck Boston fest. How do you see that one playing out?
Listen, Boston handled their business, man. I think, a lot is being made of how KD and Kyrie fared and their numbers and things like that. But I don't think enough credit is being given to, that Celtic team, man. They're doing an outstanding job of throwing a lot of different looks at those guys, KD in particular. You know what I'm saying? Like he's seeing double teams. He's seeing different bodies, different size matchups. Ime Udoka is doing a wonderful job, and obviously the players as well, and to putting that game plan into effect and executing it the way they have these first two games.
It's been like lockdown almost. Is it different? I haven't watched all season. I should be. And I know they made the rules a little bit harsher after the international rules and what the NBA had become. Is there a lot of other teams that play defense like the Celtics, or are they the number one defensive team in the NBA right now?
They are number one in the NBA, and we're seeing that on full display. They have long, rangy guys, 6'8", 6'7", 6'9" wing players with long arm spans and stuff like that. And then when you get to the Al Horfords and the Dan Thices, these are big men, 4 or 5 men that can move their feet and can switch out onto perimeters and guard for 3, 4, 5 seconds in a switch at the end of the clock situation. So you're seeing Jason Tatum step up and show he can defend a lot more than he was given credit for. Jaylen Brown has been known as a great two-way player, and Marcus Smart is the first guard to win Defensive Player of the Year since Gary Payton. So they're just playing all of that right now. I still don't think the series is over. I think going back to Brooklyn, we're going to see a different KD, a different Kyrie, and I think they probably get game 3.
Can defense win a championship in the NBA?
I think defense is always a part of winning championships. It's never not prevalent. I think it's probably underrated or underscored or, kind of outshined by a great offensive performance, but whatever team normally wins, they always play great defense.
A guy that loves the Celtics, obviously. Connor, I got a question for you.
Yeah, Quinn, I have to ask because I, like you, think that Brooklyn and KD are probably going to figure it out. Like, how many different looks do they show him on, like, a game-to-game basis? Like, is there going to be a massive change-up going into Saturday for the Celtics against KD, or has he already seen everything and now he just kind of has to adjust his game?
I think that's the great thing about the strategy that Boston is throwing at him. It's like even when you've seen it, they're not giving him a consistent diet of anything. Like he may come down a couple possessions and get a double team, and then the next possession they play him straight up with just shading and help. So it's like they're doing a lot of different things and they're executing it in a great way to kind of keep him off balance and keep him from finding a groove and getting used to them doing this or that. That's why I say the strategy is so good because they're not staying consistent. They're switching it up. They may go back to it or come back to this or that, but they're throwing them off balance. They're not giving them 4, 5, 6 plays of the same thing in a row.
So who has to step up? Their role players for the Nets? Is that kind of how that goes? Like in the NFL, if you double a guy, it's almost like, all right, this guy is just being deemed out of the fucking game. Like maybe even a triple. Like defenses can do that. So everybody else has to kind of lift their load. Is that kind of what has to happen for the Nets? Or do you just think KD will figure it out and be able to do what he has to do even though he's getting fucked with?
I think KD and Kyrie will figure it out. I think they have to. I think when you talk about some of the role players, you think Bruce Brown had like 20-something points. He played outstanding.
Hey, Bruce.
He played great as a role player. That's like all gravy train if he's going to get you 20-plus points. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, we all know that KD and Kyrie are two of the most talented players on the planet. And the team is only going to go as far as they take them. So, ultimately, they have to step up and be big time like they always have been. And I think they will.
Man, I hope so, because watching last night was kind of they had a big lead there.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This is going.
It was tough to watch.
Yeah, and it was 4:20, obviously, so we're all doing our own different things. I bounce away. I come back to the game, and it's like down 4. All right, this is getting good. Then end of the third quarter, I think I lost attention again. I went somewhere else. I came back. You guys were up like 8 or 7 with like 5 minutes left. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Where did Kevin Durant and why was Kyrie not flipping off these Boston scumbags? Do you feel like it was a different Kyrie, right? Did it feel like a different Kyrie?
The thing that they reported about Kyrie is he's doing Ramadan right now, so he hadn't ate, and you could see at one point when the sun set or whatever, the sun went down. I guess that was like now he can go have something. He ran to the back immediately and got some fruit and started trying to. That's tough to go. They said it was like 13 and a half hours with no food or water. Then you come into a high pressure game like that. Like that's a. As an athlete, you need your energy and your nutrition going into those games. And for him not to have it, I think that we saw the effects of that last night. Because we know when Kyrie, we saw him the first game. We know what type of energy he had for that crowd. So, it was something that was holding him back from showing up in that way.
I'm surprised he didn't pass out.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. When they reported it, I was like, no way. I could do that.
Start seeing some stars real quick. And then, like, all of a sudden, boom, you're just down. Especially because the amount of adrenaline that has to be running through there. Huh?
Exactly.
Wow, that's what. Hey, if it's going to get you to heaven or whatever,
That's right.
you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do, I guess. I don't know what. I think God would be okay with you not being malnourished.
Yeah, doesn't want you dying out there.
But, hey, I don't know. I don't know the religion well enough. I don't know any religion well enough, but nonetheless, go ahead, Tone.
Q-Rich, one of the most fascinating things to me about the NBA playoffs is, like, you see Philly blow out Toronto games 1 and 2, and then they got to win on a buzzer beater. You see Memphis lose to Minnesota game 1, and then they blow them out game 2. Same guys, same ball. Is it motivation? Is it just making shots? Is it home court? Like, how come you see these big fluctuations as far as like game scores?
Man, I think sometimes that's why the game has to be played, man. We as athletes know, like, that's why you go into the game knowing that you got a chance. You never know. Like, some days you get up and you don't feel your greatest. You don't feel the best. It's as though, you think to yourself, like, not today. Like, you want to feel your greatest, but, like, sometimes that's just what happened. Like, sometimes guys don't make shots these games. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the Minnesota-Memphis series, Minnesota came out and played a great game. Memphis could have been overlooking them or anything or whatever you want to call it, but they came back the second game and showed up the real Memphis, But, like, to me, that's the great thing about sports in general because, stats are stats and, people think what they think and opinions are this and it's favorites and rankings and all that, but you still got to get out there and play the game every time.
Hey, you got to show up and literally past performances cannot predict future outcomes. You have to do it every single time. Even the GOATs, like Adam Vinatieri, I got very lucky to work with him every single day. Every single day it was either his last day kicking or his first day kicking. It was like nothing matters. I've hit the biggest kicks of all time, but today that does not matter. If I miss 4 kicks right now, people say that I stink. It's crazy that some people are able to flip into that mode and some people aren't. That's a maturity process, I think, don't you? Isn't that a maturity throughout the basically becoming a professional?
Yeah, I think those guys that figured that out. I think that's what made LeBron so great for such a long time. He was somebody that figured that out from the very beginning of his career, and he was able to translate that to look at what he's doing now, redefining what a prime is, and still performing at this high level because he's not resting on however many championships or whatever he's done in the past. He's still chasing greatness, trying to become the all-time leading scorer with Kareem, and the only way you can do that is to have that type of mentality, and then you find yourself at the steps of these great feats and things like that because he's went about it that way for so long.
Chicago Bulls, Alex Caruso, best player of all time. How they doing out there? You think Giannis is an animal, man? Hey, he is awesome to watch play basketball. He's just, it's literally like hungry. That oop to himself off the backboard. That thing, if that's any other human, is shooting back to half court. He gets his hands up somehow and grabs that thing. He could become, right? He's only getting better and better and better and better and better for the Bucks.
He's a creative player. Every time you watch him play, you like, what is this? What is happening out here? Like the way he dunks the ball, like how we dunk a Nerf rim in our kids' room or something. Like that's like how he does the real NBA basket. It doesn't even look funny. Like either hand, left hand, boom, right hand, boom. It's just like we've never seen. Like you say, he has a chance that by the time he finishes, he's going to be somewhere, as long as he stays healthy and has that longevity, he's going to be somewhere at the top of a lot of these all-time lists and things like that too, because he has a relentlessness and a motor and the way that he competes and plays hard every single night. He's going to do nothing but yield all kind of crazy stats throughout his whole career.
Go ahead, Ty.
Q-Rich, we've seen all these videos of Zion, in workouts having these explosive dunks, and by all reports, he wants to play. And I don't think anyone thinks that they are actually, they have a shot. But where's the disconnect there between him and the Pelicans? Like, do you think there's any chance he's going to play the remainder of this series, or like, how does that whole thing shake out? Don't they want to get him in a competitive game?
I would think so, but I literally, like, the thing that I don't like about the whole Zion and Pelican situation is that we have to go off like not solid information. We have to, basically guess what's going on and hypothesize about what's happening and not really know, because me as a player, I know that if I'm able to go out there and do dunks like that, I want to play. Why wouldn't I be able to play? And, but then to me as being in the front office and being part of a front office in the pro sports, if we're keeping him out, it's for a reason. So somewhere along the line, there's a disconnect between what he thinks and what they think and why he's not on the court. But at the end of the day, they could be trying to hold him back and do something for his own good, because you haven't played it all year. You can't go and just crank up to what we've seen Zion be. That's setting himself to re-injure himself all over again if he's not built himself physically up to the point to be able to withstand the pounding that it takes to go out there and compete at that level. And we've seen his body fail him when he's not in peak condition. So it's just so many unknowns there. It's hard to really say what's going on because we only have so much information, and I don't really know anything about it.
So you think Zion might have a false confidence in his ability to go and play in an NBA game right now? Because it is being reported out of his camp that he's ready to go play, but then the Pelicans have steadfast said, we're trying to ramp him up properly. Is that ramp up process real? Does it happen with everybody? And do you think Zion has a false confidence maybe?
I think us as young athletes, we always have a false confidence of what we can and how we could go run through a wall. And I think as far as like the ramp up thing is a real thing, and it goes on an individual basis. But when you look at somebody like him, you would absolutely feel that he needs the proper time to get ramped up into things. With the previous injuries he's had, they've all been back, knee, feet, you know what I'm saying? Like those type of things, you when you're as heavy and as big and as strong and as powerful and you play the way he does, everything is a constant heavy load and explosion off everything and torque. You got to be in prime position to go back and perform at your best and not have anything ailing you, because if you do, that's going to be something else that's going to backfire on you. Whether it may not even be the same injury, but if you're overcompensating, it's going to be bound to happen and something else is going to happen.
Well, we'd like to fucking see him play basketball.
Please.
I would too, because every time you get out there, he's been must-see TV. When he's on the court and he's healthy, he's been big time. That's the one thing we can say we know.
Yeah, like triple-double king. He's shooting like 65, 70% or whatever. Just getting the ball. And then, by the way, he passes too. Like he's got a little magic in there.
Does it all.
Hey, Magic's got a doc coming out, I guess, a four-parter on Apple TV. I wonder if it'll address how pissed off everybody is about winning time. Hey, have you heard about this? Do you know Jerry West as a human? Do you know him as a human?
When I don't know him personally, but when I've seen every episode they've released, and when I saw Winning Time, that was the first thing that I was like, yo, what is going on here? Like that, I was like, yo,
these are real humans.
They are killing the logo here. Like, that was crazy.
Hey, real human there, by the way. Humans still alive.
Yeah.
Real humans being depicted as person. It's like, I wonder if there's a deal. Have they paid this person to have this? I mean, it is very fascinating. They're not happy about it. I mean,
he wasn't the only person. There was a few things where I was like, yo. Like, come on, man. Norm Nixon, the first scene we see Norm Nixon in the salon with the ladies and they go and he runs. I was like, come on, bro. Like, what we doing?
Just outing everybody in here. Go ahead, Ty.
Zion,
I'm sorry. Gump. Go ahead, Gump.
Yeah, Q Rich, a lot of people think the Pelicans got a shot at beating the Suns now. Do you agree with that, or the Warriors are now the favorite? Do you think that the Suns will be all right without Booker for a little bit here?
They should be. The Suns should be okay without Booker. But like we said earlier, you got to play the game. And I know that, New Orleans getting that one game and they're heading back home where it's going to be, you could believe that gym and that arena will be packed and the New Orleans fans are outstanding. So they're gonna come ready. But I mean,
the blender.
Teams constructed as they are, the Suns should be able to withstand it. I think CP will be able to rally the troops and they should be able to still pull out the series and win it without D Booker. And hopefully they get them back next round. But I know that the Pelicans, they aren't gonna go easy. CJ, Brandon Ingram, and the rest of them boys, they're gonna give it they are.
Yeah, imagine if they had Zion.
Oh, yeah. Geez.
Anyways, we'll move on. Golden State, Steph says, I'm fucking back. Poole is in the Splash Bros conversation now. What's stopping them? Nothing?
I mean, right now this is a favorable series for them. I mean, I think they should definitely, breeze through this series, and then we'll see when it gets to the next one. But I don't think it's going to be, like as easy as this has been for them. But I think they're in a great position, man. When you got Steph Curry, a healthy Steph Curry, a healthy Klay Thompson, you got Draymond, you got the big three back. Then you add what you've got. You got Wiggins and Poole playing how he's playing. I think they have as good a chance as any, but that's the best thing about the NBA this year. I think it's pretty much wide open. I think it's a wide range of teams that could really win the championship.
Everybody but the Celtics are saying the whole, you know what I'm saying?
We know that we'll be there.
Well, the defense is number one in the league.
Exactly.
Jeez Louise.
No big deal.
It's 2022. Offense wins championships. Whenever you think about Drake maybe winning $1 million because he bet on Golden State coming out of the West, how did he get that good of odds? Was Golden State not this team? Because Steph coming back a couple games ago felt like it was big news. Was he out that long? And were people really doubting? Because they are making this look like, to your point, very easy. They look exactly like the old school Golden State squad that everything that left a hand was going into the bucket. Have they been this hot for some time, or is this just kind of they're catching their peak right now almost?
Yeah, I think this is just right now they're hitting their stride because, like you said, I think the odds probably dipped down because Steph was out for probably like 5 or 6 weeks going into the playoffs. But I think anybody that knows basketball, man, Steph, when those guys are healthy and if they get a chance to get some practices in and things like that, we see. I mean, that's Steph Curry coming off the bench, man. Like, my goodness, that's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to have that type of a superstar who's the best shooter ever, and he's that selfless to say it's cool, I'll come off the bench, and then you still see Jordan Poole go out there going crazy, and that's what makes that team so scary. And you can actually see them advancing and doing that because they all just play to win, and it's not about this guy scoring or that guy scoring. Anybody could score 30 points, and it's all good.
Hey, do you know Steph personally?
A little bit, not really, but a little bit.
He said a curse word on TV the other day.
Yeah.
He said, I'm fucking back. Steph.
Kids are watching.
What are you doing, Steph? That ain't a holy moly operation there. He's
like, that's how you know that he's part of that. Like, he's really got the killer in him, though. Like, He's part of that club of like those assassin type guys that when it comes to this, like, everything is this is what it's all about to him, and you see him going to those different type of modes. He's for real one of those assassin type athletes.
Yeah, those first batch of shoes and everything were so bad, and it was tough to get behind him. And then all of a sudden, the bucket just seems to be bigger for him than everybody else, and it seems to be on a regular basis. Then he does start producing like holy moly and everything.
Yeah, right.
Like, wow, this guy's a mogul out here. And now he's swearing. Yeah. I mean, I'm a fucking big fan. Awesome. I'm like, this is what a babyface turn this is for Steph Curry in my eyes. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Quentin, another thing from Winning Time was how brutal it is playing in the Garden, and obviously we saw that on Sunday with Kyrie. Have you played there before, and is it as bad as they kind of depicted it on the show?
Yes. So the thing was, when we first got in the league, you already knew when you went to the Garden that you were going to have to take a cold shower after the game. For a fact, no hot water, you was taking a cold shower.
Oh, what a trash.
And the fans were exactly how you said. You could go to a dinner, go somewhere at dinner, you might have somebody say something to you or be, MFing you or whatever. You like, yo, what's going on? Like, but it was really like that early, especially like that was too early 2000. Like, yeah, it was still real at the Garden.
Man, the game is tomorrow. I'm trying to have some chicken. Calm down. Not in this fucking city, pal. What a terrible place Boston is.
You know, strategy and stuff like that. Just trying to win the game.
Hey, they're like that in all sports, by the way. Like the Patriots obviously had that 20-year run, so they had reason to be as ridiculous as they were too. So they were a confident, pompous bunch who had the wicked Boston lingo. They were ruthless up there in football. I think that's only going to continue, and I hope so. It's only good for sports. As is the Knuckleheads podcast, and you joining us, man. You're always awesome. We appreciate you.
Anytime, fellas, man. I have a blast every time.
All right, enjoy the NBA Lombardi season, ladies and gentlemen. Quentin Richardson. All right, let's get to a break. On the other side, we'll answer some phone calls on the 5 Energy phone line. I'm up something, man.
Ooh. It is that season.
Hey, up to something season has been pretty loud this year.
Yeah,
love it.
A lot of people getting involved. Because normally it was just our people that were guessing what's going to happen. Now we got articles and stuff.
A lot of people now.
Really?
Even more.
There's a lot of guessing, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome just reading through.
Because there's... I mean, on our side, there's only one person that knows potentially what the outcome is. And does that person even know right now what the potential outcome is? I don't know.
Who knows?
So that is why it's so awesome. What I can say, here's an update. There are multiple conversations happening, all of them rather awesome. This show will always remain free to people. This show will always happen.
Oh, yeah.
This show will remain a constant. Now, what is going on? We'll see. I'm up to something.
Hell yeah.
See you guys in 4 minutes on the 5 Energy phone line. 1-833-4 McAfee. We'll see you then. What are you going to do to change and make Tua better? Have you gotten into that? This is very early in the whole process, and you're shaking hands, kissing babies right now, and you're a 0-win head coach that everybody loves.
0 wins.
0 win, but what are you thinking about that for Tua? How do you make him better?
We're going to start with scoring more points than the opponent.
Wow!
Holy shit.
Oh, no.
You are changing the game.
Changing the game
Yeah.
through math.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I think there's... I was just so fortunate in my career to be around the process of how I look at things with the empowerment of the right teachers, that I look backwards, forwards, okay? What things do I see that are really awesome about his game on tape, even though we're at...
He's accurate as heck.
Boom! That's what I was just about to say.
Oh, I didn't know. I was just, you were leading me. That's how, you should do this, maybe.
Dude,
Think about it in the future.
yeah.
But he's so accurate.
Or we should just spend the time finishing each other's...
sentences.
Oh, okay.
Hey, have we known each other for...
Our whole lives?
Oh my God.
You tell...
Me?
Wow.
This is weird.
Dude.
Whoa,
Seems like you guys just became.
Dude.
wow, this is fucking weird, AJ.
Bro.
Hey, this is...
Did we swap skins?
Wow, we learned a lot about yours, by the way. I mean,
Yeah.
We saw the animal of Scott Stevens on the ice. You get on the bus, he has his glasses on, he's reading a book, he's got the little light above him on, and it's like a different human being.
For some reason, though, that makes it even more intimidating. I
It's
feel
more
like.
creepy, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was game 6. He hits Korea. Korea comes back, scores. We lose that game, forces game 7 in the Stanley Cup Finals. And Scotty's next to me, and I'm like sitting there, and I'm just like, that was probably the biggest hit I've ever seen. I mean, he, like, honestly, I'm not joking. Like, for the fans that haven't seen it, he could have killed him. Like, it was like a great hit, but at the same time, you're like, you feel weird because I'm like, someone could have died. Like, that's how bad it was. So Korea's out cold. The video, when you look it up, he's got his visor down in his face. All of a sudden, he just snaps and just goes like this, and like he just comes to, and then you see his breath fog up his face shield. He goes to the locker room, and nowadays this would never even happen because he'd be in concussion protocol.
Yeah.
Goes in the locker room. Like, I thought the guy was fucking dead. And he comes back, roofs one over Marty Berdore's shoulder. Place goes bananas. We're on the bus. Scotty's got his book open. He's reading his book. Like, just another day at the office, right? Shout out to Evgeny Malkin.
Another day at the office.
Just lean over him and I go, "Hey, Scotty," I'm like, "You really got him, huh?" And he puts his book down and he leans towards me and he goes, "You know what, Rupper?" He goes, "I let up at the last second." And I go, and I'm like leaned over and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I lean back. I'm like, "Holy fuck." He's like, "I saw at the last second that he had no idea I was there." And he goes, "I didn't like follow through with, like, I didn't like give him the extra boom." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this guy's scary."
Ladies and gentlemen, we are just 1 week away from the third ever Draft Spectacular.
Hell yeah!
Official start time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Here we go.
That is different than the first two Draft Spectaculars that went off at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because the draft was announced to be starting on TV at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So we thought we'd get a 30-minute lead up to the draft starting. What we forgot in year 2, but we learned in year 1, is that motherfucker does not start till 8:30. Everybody has a 30-minute ramp-up time. We were not smarter than anybody else, so we will go live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I believe right before that, though, we will debut a look back at what the Super Bowl week was, another Foxy flick.
Nice.
Foxy was documenting all Super Bowl week, if you do recall, our Radio Row experience, because what better way to kick off next season than to look back on the greatest week of our last season, and that was Super Bowl Radio Row week, so we're excited. We got some big-time guests stopping by.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm trying to keep them all a surprise, but motherfuckers, they're big-name folks.
Yeah.
That's right.
We got a couple war room calls happening live during the first round of the draft. I mean, it is going to be electrifying next Thursday night. Now, for those that have never seen a draft spectacular, know this. We don't know a damn thing about most of these kids getting drafted.
Damn near all of them.
That's part of the charm. Us learning about them as everybody else is learning about them is a part of the process. Is it a watch along? Kind of. Will we break news? Maybe.
Probably.
It has really dabbled between broadcast and watch along mightily over the first 2 years.
Right.
What will this year bring? We have no idea. It might be the worst one yet. Or this is probably going to be the biggest one yet.
Hell yeah.
I think we're going to get some quotes, some things, maybe some moves, some actions. I think we're going to be a part of this whole draft night, and I'm very, very pumped about it, and I can't wait to get that thing started, Ty Schmidt. And Ty, I don't want to say that you've won awards for your performances on previous draft spectaculars, but in-house, you have won awards and accolades, and in our fan base for your appearances on draft spectaculars. I think this upcoming one is going to be the best one yet.
I'm pretty excited. We've started kicking a few things around already, and hey, draft night's a special night. It's one of my favorite nights of the year. I cannot wait. I'm very excited. I can't believe it's only a week away, but goddamn am I excited.
I can't tell you enough, Ty, that personally, draft night has been awful for you. Professionally, though.
Yeah, bingo.
Yeah.
Professionally, it has been fantastic.
It's been unbelievable. So, you got to take it with a grain of salt, and maybe this year will be different. Maybe it'll be fantastic professionally and personally.
Maybe. I mean, that's the draft.
2 first rounders.
It almost works out better if I end up getting kicked in the testes a couple times.
It's been great for the show. Yeah, it has been great. It has been great for the draft spectacular for the Packers to do things that the Packers have done.
Right.
Stokesy last year was, obviously it didn't really measure up to the Jordan Love pick, but when Stokesy got picked, it was also hysterical.
Yeah, see, I don't even
remember.
Aaron was leaving.
Yeah,
Aaron
Aaron
was
was not.
leaving that day, and then they picked a corner, and you fucking Stokesy.
Dude.
And we were so over the show at that.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
it was late.
So over.
They had
that's
like the
another part of
29th pick.
That's another part of the draft spectacular, by the way. That first round's a lot longer than any of us could have imagined. When we signed up for the draft spectacular year 1, and I thought it was a brilliant idea. I'm like, we got to go live during the draft. This will be fun. We'll have stuff. I don't think I have ever watched a draft before. That first time. I did not know that night one is a 4, 5, 6 hour affair, potentially, depending upon how many decisions are being
Used
made.
to be longer.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, they trimmed it down.
Thank God.
Jesus.
Because once you get to pick 10.
Yeah.
Last year we were lucky because Justin Fields and Mac Jones were all in like the first 5 after the 10th pick. Top 10's been talked about by everybody, and we don't do enough research ourselves, which we should. Hey, we should. Mitt's been doing that.
He has.
Mitt might become a superstar this draft. Spectacular.
True.
Holy hell.
He might.
This might be Mitt's big.
Mitt's coming out party.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Hey, good for you, Mitt. Man, I'd stay off pipe for a couple days before that draft spectacular. That's going to be a Super Bowl for you, pal.
That's right.
But anyways, watching us fucking just, exist for 5 hours also, those numbers seem to only go up on the watching thing because it gets absurd. Maybe there's some cocktails that take place. Maybe there's some vitamins that show up if just in CBD fashion, nothing else, obviously. Wife and I went to Illinois last night, by the way.
Yeah, how was it?
Oh, went to the moon. Went to the moon.
Actually, right before we went live, you said, "I feel like I'm just coming down from a cloud." 2, 1.
Then it started. That was as the show was starting. Yeah, it was pretty high altitudes last night that we were soaring in. As I was reading everything on the internet about what was going on next for our entire company, I was like, "Is that happening? I don't know. Who knows something? Whoa. Whoa. We are in the middle of conversations with." Maybe that group of people. Oh, maybe they haven't even heard about this conversation. I wonder if these people that we are talking to just read that as well, that's potentially happening. I wonder what that means. Does that mean leverage? Wait a minute. Or does that mean no? I think we're all good.
I think so.
So then I put out a tweet. Up to something season's been crazy.
Yeah.
And
the
it
best.
How about a TMZ text this morning?
Yeah.
Pretty hilarious.
New York Post text a couple days ago. That's wild, man, isn't it? This is a wild up to something season.
It is.
This has been like multiple years in a row where we've had up to something seasons, and this particular season seems to be pretty active right now.
Yeah, massive. I mean, the sharks are, they're swimming. They're looking for the blood in the water, but.
And I'm trying to figure out what the best way to handle it, just the most entertaining way to go about doing this whole thing.
Yeah.
Just so, because everybody's being forced to follow along with this. I don't want people to be forced to follow along with this unless they're following along with this as a fan of ours. Now we're getting forced into everybody else's world as well, which I never enjoy. Anytime I get forced into a new audience or we get forced into a new audience, it always brings a new batch of people just fucking burying me in my Twitter timeline. And it's like, all right, can we get past this entire thing? But in this, I guess this is the world now. We just kind of got to get used to it. But I'm excited for everybody that's wondering because it feels like there's actual interest and there's been a lot of very positive things texted to me from a lot of people that I've worked with in the past from reading all this stuff on the internet. And who knows what's going to happen, by the way.
Yeah. I mean,
who knows what's going to happen?
Up to something season works in mysterious ways. You can't necessarily control it.
But there's been a couple up to something seasons where we've been in the middle of something and then something pops up in the middle of up to something season. And it's like, whoa. When do we? Well, now which news we have to break? Hey, sorry about. We're gonna have to delay this conversation.
Yeah.
Because
we'll be up to something in a couple weeks.
It's a wild thing. It's a lot of fun. We're very lucky. Very, very thankful for everybody. And with that being said, we are up to something.
Hell yeah.
Or some things.
Whoa, plural.
Interesting.
Up to something squared.
Yeah, this was sweet.
Great pictures.
Got a chance to post the photos of me and Stone Cold Steve Austin and Gorilla after the match. Person that took these photos, Triple H.
Also pretty cool.
Very, very cool. Sent me a text and said, hey, felt like this was pretty memorable moment or whatever. Lucky to take it. And then I think he said, tonight was epic. I'll talk to you tomorrow or something. I was like, thank you, man. Thank you so much. And then I couldn't talk to him the next day because I was so hungover and sore. So I sent him a text a few days later and thanked him for that. What a moment. What a life. What a joke. But how... Is there something?
We
don't know. What could that be? That could be a lot of things. It's awesome. One GIF with Al Michaels, me sliding in. Maybe that was me just sliding in like, hey, it's up to something season.
Reminding everybody.
Just a little reminder. Are you going to Amazon for Thursday Night Football with Al Michaels? Oh, because the GIF was that? Is that why you think that? It's good internet, baby.
Yeah.
I'll see you in about 6 minutes for hour 2 with AJ Hawk. Cheers. Nailed it. Hit that thing right on screen. I would like to answer some phone calls, though. I think we have to.
And the gift the next day, too. I mean, it was Al Michaels the first, and you and Pollock.
Oh, yeah, then me and Pollock. And then the follow-up question was, are you currently talking to ESPN about College Game Day?
I don't know, am I?
I don't know. Is that because it's the gift that I just put out? Come on.
Oh. Come on.
Come on.
Jeez. In due time.
Are you making a beer with Stone Cold Steve Austin? Is that why you posted that?
Wow. What?
I got like 5-6 tweets of that.
Can I did laugh pretty hard at one.
At what?
Yeah, I don't want to rule it out though.
Oh, okay. Well, don't rule it out. Is it OCW?
Well, I think you've said many. I think you've said many times. No, I'm not gonna do it.
Smart. Hey, anything you say right now can put us in an interesting spot leverage-wise.
Do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, you should probably do it, man. Oh. Yeah.
He owns a current football league, and people were.
Oh, people think I'm getting in on XFL?
Which you've said many times how you love that.
Spring football league.
Playing quarterback.
I saw somebody report that I was going to do a sideline reporter for Thursday Night Football. Everybody knows I love.
Yeah, you're a big sideline reporter guy.
Probably
your favorite
so
experience.
it was that, but for XFL.
Yeah, I saw it for Thursday Night Football or whatever. I'm not good at that. My brain is not good at the sideline thing. That takes a real talent, a very good skill, because the way you have to word things is very real, and the timing of it all. I was not good at that.
I'm surprised I don't have someone already for that.
Well, maybe they do, and they're just not announcing. Is it me?
What
is it?
Oh my God.
No. Well,
maybe.
Is it?
Maybe.
There's so many things that are on the table. It's such an interesting time right now. And what if we just do nothing? Well, then I'd be lying about being up to something.
No, because you could be up to something.
You could be up to something, and it just doesn't.
Hey, we're gonna have to put a pin in this and be up to something in a couple months.
We're gonna have to circle back on something.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody knows once we get into football season, it's no longer up to something season.
That's true.
It is football season.
So I know at least one up to something season would be allegedly done.
Up to something season does seem to be right around right now.
Yeah. Really till the end of the year, too.
It's a lot of us right now talking about it. I'm sick of it. This is how people feel whenever they're getting forced to hear about me being up to something.
Well,
sorry.
You can't control it.
Yeah.
You're up to something.
We are up to something, but it is up to something. See, so let's go to the phones. Carl in Green Bay, Wisconsin. What's going on, bub?
Oh, fuck. Hey, boss man, I'm going to step outside. I'm on the fucking McAfee Show. McAfee, boys. Holy fuck, how you doing?
Hey, Carl. Hey, how you doing? Keep moving.
Hey, fucking boys. Good to talk to you. Hey, one thing quick. You guys were talking about the draft earlier. I'm a diehard Packer fan. Fuck, go Pack.
Yeah, go Pack. Sounds real.
So with everything that fucking Rodgers did this year, kind of get the Packers organization moving forward a little bit, kind of get them doing good shit. Ty, you got a little more optimism with the Pack in the draft? You think we're going to do something a little bigger this year? Bigger than normal?
Yeah, I just said, hey, they're probably going to get Deebo or Tyler Lockett and another receiver on night one.
Here we go, Carl. Here we go.
Hey, one more thing. Foxy, I love you, dude. A big fan. But can we shed a little light on the fact that a shithole, stinky, no good, non-hockey town, non-football town, Detroit got the fucking 2024 draft over fucking Green Bay, title town, Wisconsin.
Wow, Carl's not happy about it either. It's Green Bay.
Real city, Carl. Come on now.
Jeez.
It's a real city.
Jeez
Green Bay is a
Louise.
village.
Let's get to a break. Hour 2 will be in about 2.5 minutes. Green Bay is a village, by the way, but it's set up for, hospitality for people to travel in. Because you know why? Like 60,000 people travel into town every other weekend all fall.
Yeah, football time.
A lot of hotels.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Set up near the stadium.
Yeah, little village around there.
Oh.
Good beer.
Casino.
Wide.
I'm not sure Packers fans would travel for that like they travel for games, though.
For the draft?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably-
maybe that's a good time to go visit go to the Hall of Fame and stuff like that, but you're trying to see the boys play on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, and go down to the
the Oneida Casino.
the Oneida Casino.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a winner.
Yep.
That's a winning casino. All right, we're back in 2 minutes. A lot of people have tweeted me that every time I say that, I'm lying. That it's not a winning casino. It's a losing casino. I was there one night. I won.
Yeah,
There you
that
go.
might be a bad gambler tweeting at you, too.
Yeah, don't be such a bad gambler. Be a good gambler like the Hammerdown boys.
Hell yeah.
Howard Owen boys.
The champions of gambling.
Hell
The
yeah.
Hammerdown boys.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, we're back in a minute and a half. See you then. Bye. What's up? This is called Could I Be Quarterback in the USFL Basketball Shot. Take one. You tell me.
Hell yeah.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Yes, speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome back to that show. Hour 2 on this glorious Thursday, April 21st. 7 days from the draft spectacular. Hour 2 shall begin right now. I can't thank you enough for joining us. The Talk to Table is here at Ty Schmidt from Waterloo, Iowa, home of John Wayne Gacy. At Boston Connor also here from Boston, the home of the Celtics, who have seemed to really just do whatever they wanted to the Nets. The Nets were up a lot. I don't know what happened. I'm on the Nets heavy, by the way, because I'm a big Kyrie Irving guy now, and Kevin Durant, absolute dog. Love that team. Not that I don't love Golden State, too, because it seems like they're shooting the bigger buckets, but that Nets team really, I thought was going to be the Chicago Bulls. Obviously, my team because Alex Caruso smokes that fucking fire, smokes that straight fire. Yeah, he's been balling, dude. Obviously, with the double headband on, with the ball. I mean, he's absolutely killing it. But I'm a Nets fan in the Celtics series. No offense to the Celtics. Whatever the case, what's going on up there?
Well, none taken. I understand the Nets love. I mean, they're a cool team. Steve Nash is cool too. But you forget, Jason Tatum also happens to be a dog, and so is Jaylen Brown, also a dog. I mean, we are a very, very good defensive basketball team, and that's just something I think that we're all finding out.
You guys are good at the basketball.
We're very good at basketball. We play really good defense, and our head coach Ime Udoka, he's a very good basketball coach. So I feel very good about our chances.
You guys could be champions of the basketball.
Yeah. There's a chance we are champions of the NBA. It is
absolute champions.
It is very exciting right now to be a champion from Boston.
Bruins stink. Okay.
Well, we're going
Patriots
to the playoffs.
are in the Bills division.
Oh, yeah. You just reminded me. Bruins,
Red Sox
Pens
stink.
tonight.
What's that?
Bruins, Penguins tonight. I completely forgot until you said that.
No, hockey's over.
Well, it's over for you.
No, hockey's over.
It's over for you because Pasta's coming back and he's scoring 18 goals tonight because he can.
He's not going to be a champion tonight against
He's
the
a
Penguins.
champion.
Who is playing goalie for the Pittsburgh Penguins?
Tonight it will be Casey DeSmith.
Who the fuck is that guy, huh?
This guy's bad at goalie.
Yeah. Swiss cheese.
Versus Jeremy Swayman, who has not been strong lately.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We
But
got
Swayman-
two cheese.
Where the hell's
greatest-
Domingue?
Give us Louis.
Louis Domingue.
Where's Louis Domingue?
Saving
way,
Louis. You might see Louis on Saturday against those bum-ass Red Wings.
I don't. Yeah. You
Hockey's
guys.
over.
Oh, yeah. Hockey is way over for the Red Wings.
Garbage
And for
con
the
could play
We
goal
got
against the Red Wings.
potentially Louis coming back, who we do have to
King Louis.
update a couple of facts, I believe.
What?
Louis is not of Latin descent, correct? Louis is French Canadian.
He's French Canadian.
Oui.
Come on, guys.
Louis,
So whenever you called him Johnny Lasagna,
Yeah, I thought he was dying because Louis Domingue.
yeah, whatever. That wasn't right. He's French Canadian.
Okay, good to know.
Okay, so there's no Johnny Lasagna. Okay.
It's Louis
He's in the
Baguettes.
bullpen for the
No,
Yankees.
it's called Louis and Fuego, dude, because old Cuzzy here about to catch fire.
Yeah.
The old buddy Casey Smith's going to do what he's going to do against you guys tonight, the Smith, and then they're going to put Louis in there, and guess what? It's headstanding time, pal.
Maybe they might not. They might not put Louis in.
I mean, Casey Smith's a fake name. I don't.
It's
Doug
Doug Smith.
Oh, Doug
been there
Smith?
all year
That's
long,
even
you're
fake.
Jeez.
It's not a real name either.
Unlike
Anyways.
the goalie that left.
You give us two goalies? You give us 2 goals tonight? Yeah? Give us 2 goals tonight?
Yeah, I'll give you 2 goals tonight.
Perfect. We're in. Let's go.
Yeah, 2-0 to
go.
start the game. We'll win 8-2.
There's a chance that does happen. We got a guy that can't play goalie playing goalie. Joining us at Tone Diggs, one half of the hammer.
Dahn.
Why don't You know how NFL teams have to have a plethora of weapons at wide receiver because late in the season, some weapon gets hurt and they have enough to just back it up and not fall off at all? You know what the Pens need to do?
What's that?
We need to just get 10 goalies. So when they all get hurt, doing whatever the fuck happens, we just got good goalies. Because whenever hockey starts to matter, our goalies don't know how to play goalie. And that's a problem in the sport of hockey.
Could have traded for Flyer entire season.
Well, I may have been misled, but I thought Louis Domingue was like basically like Von Miller going to the Rams, saving the season for the Stanley's Cup.
He might
push.
be.
Right.
Yeah.
Listen, Louis can get very hot, but Louis has also been prone to get very, very cold.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. We don't need to think about the ice. We need to think about the fire that's coming from Louis. Pal.
right. Yeah.
Joining us now is the super optimistic guy. Guy who is a...
Louis Dominguez.
Louis going to fucking go.
Louis Domingue is a fucking
Louis
bum.
is
I just looked him up. He's very handsome.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course he is.
French Canadian.
He's unbelievable
Made for
goalie.
hockey.
He's about to win a Stanley Cup championship with the Pittsburgh Penguins.
In
Smother
what
those
world?
pads and smooth cream. Ooh.
And Louis up to something about smooth cream. Yeah, so good. Anyways, join us now, a man who's a college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, Ryder Cup champion, COVID survivor, and absolute legend, AJ Hawk. How you doing, man?
What's up? Yeah, I want to sit here and I want to see Connor do like 5 different accents in one sentence. It's
No, that was all
pretty
just one.
entertaining.
That was all one. That was all one. That was all one accent.
Oh, it was? Which one is it?
Well, it's
Canadian.
Yeah, it's a Canadian accent.
sound
Don't you know?
Nordic.
Come on. Also, Green Bay's we learned from Carl there. Carl, that Green Bay, Wisconsin accent was super
I
serious.
saw that. Was he yelling at his boss?
Yeah, it seemed to come very quickly,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, interesting. how
I
that
mean,
worked.
good energy could have been a fugazi though.
Felt like that one was staged.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I liked his energy. Love.
He was all in. At least he was all in, though. He wasn't just tiptoeing into it.
Agreed. 100% agree. Shouts Carl. Might not be his name. Who knows?
Yeah, true.
But it was a good call. Good energy. Up to something. Season's heating up. I'm assuming you're answering. You're the leak behind everything that's going on everywhere.
I'm the leak. Yep, I know everything that's happening behind the scenes there at PMI.
Isn't that awesome? AJ has no idea what to do. Right? You have no idea. You legitimately have no idea.
No, I think it's probably better that way.
Unless one of the boys have told you. I have not told AJ literally anything.
I hate that guy.
Well, every time I try to talk to him, he doesn't answer.
True.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
He's
right.
the
I
one
called you
guy
back
every
last
night,
night. You
never
know that.
Hey, we did chat last night. That was cool. But, there's so many times where I go to call AJ with a question that I have immediately, and I'd like to FaceTime just to see what type of thing
What he's up to.
Sure.
What is he dealing with at the moment, Because I don't get to see the life of having 5 kids or whatever.
Yeah.
Never fucking answers. Are you even kidding me?
Not a
what
chance.
are you even thinking about doing? And then I move along, and then guess what? That thought is gone. That thought could have been a good one.
You're right.
That thought could have been a good one, too. That thing's gone forever. AJ, I would just like to let you know that I wish we could have told you what we're up to, but it was just impossible to do so, pal.
I guess it was. You're right. You don't want to text it either because then it's in writing. So I get it.
Well, of course, with you Ohio State folks.
You gotta be careful. It's
You
in
never know.
What's that
In
mean?
Ohio State.
Well, just finger gun time.
Yeah.
Pooping the fingernails.
You know what I mean?
Oh, they added. Yeah, we heard they added to the name of the restaurant, right?
Yeah, and finger gun store.
Store.
Yeah, you can pick them up right at the bar. Should have went to the bar.
Yeah. Sweet.
Right
though.
next to the dance floor.
That's where, yeah. Should have went to the bar.
No way that gets topped this NFL season, right?
What, Urban
You
Meyer?
just wait.
No way.
You just
It's
wait.
the NFL, dude. Something's coming.
Yeah, you just wait.
No.
Not unless Mike McDaniel's like smoking a doobie on the sideline or something
That'd
like
be
that.
sweet.
Which he might.
He might.
Hell yeah.
Where they're playing in like California.
Uh-huh.
And he's just literally just smoking out
Third
there.
down.
To draw.
You never know. Fucking Ben McAdoo may whip his penis out and start pissing at midfield. Who knows?
We don't have Ben
That'd be
McAdoo do
sweet.
that. I don't know
Well,
why.
MCDC could definitely be smoking cigs with some band that's in Detroit one night and someone gets him.
Yeah, but not on.
That still wouldn't be as weird as Urban.
Yeah, the Urban Meyer stuff was wild. That was after a Thursday night football game. Yeah, Thursday night football game in Cincinnati. Said he had to go see them get their grandbabies. Yeah, I can't. What a wild scene. What I wish I was on that team. I wish I was on that team just so you can get a full perspective on it all. I'm sure they're very happy to move on. And I bet Urban Meyer is too. Just kind of jot it down as a loss for all parties. But I'm excited to see what happens next in the NFL. Speaking of Deebo, he wants to be a traditional wide receiver, AJ. He doesn't want to be a running back anymore. I feel like this has probably come from the fact that the Niners told him nobody's going to pay him plus running back money. Because he probably wants to get paid in the big-time wide receiver market, which, by the way, hey, well-deserved. Do what you got to do. You're a talented wide receiver on a very good team that has used your assets to get to the top and probably sell more merchandise and make more money in headlines and primetime games, whatever you got to do. But as soon as he is probably under the assumption that he is deserved to be paid some sort of running back money as well, because he had 60 rushes last year, and they said, no, nobody's going to do that. I wonder if that's why he said, well, I'm not fucking going to be taking those unneeded hits if I'm never going to get paid for them. Now, that is obviously just a strictly business-minded person thinking like that, but that is how he has to be at the current moment. Do you think that is what took place, or do you think it is legitimate, like he's sick of having to prepare for multiple positions, basically?
Yeah, it might be. It might be like as he tries to like forecast, he wants to have some longevity in the league, and he knows like, hey, if I'm taking these hits as a running back and this slot receiver and doing everything else, yeah, I won't be able to play as long as I want. But also, Schrags made it sound like, hey, this is just part of the negotiating process, didn't he? When I was like, he said, yeah, it's just you ask for a trade, it's part of it. Like he acted like it wasn't that big a deal, I feel like.
Yeah, because he mentioned previous situations where people weren't happy, and then the Niners ended up paying him later, and it worked out or something like that.
Yeah,
and
the Kittle thing. He said, well, there was like the crazy offer that they threw out at first, I guess.
Yeah, the Valentine's Day massacre. What were you gonna say?
Massacre, right? Isn't that what he said?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
By the way, we're doing it right now, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't that a 50 album?
I mean, that's a deep pool. What's that?
It was a 50 Cent album.
I'm sure it's been used in many other. I think he was just saying, like, it maybe ruined their relationship or whatever.
Yeah.
Did it? I don't remember. Did George Kittle ever publicly
No, he ended up signing, being fine.
He ended up signing. It happened with Trent Williams, too, before they made him the highest paid left tackle.
It's fascinating to see how it all plays out, because can bygones be bygones, which is what a lot of people were alluding to yesterday after this whole thing happened. Like, the Niners don't have to trade him, and then if they just pay him, can they just get past it? I think so. Right? Don't you think so?
Especially with the coaches, like a lot of people, though, it's separate. Like if they have issues with the front office people and like negotiating, they have to hold out, whatever, not show up. A lot of times, the second that person gets back in the facility, everyone is so happy to see him, and the coaches get it. Every coach understands, hey, man, I understand. You got to take care of yourself and your family.
Yeah, and you thought this was going to be the best manner for you to do so. Like the whole thought that Deebo and them can't come to an agreement. It would have you. If you're Deebo, though, I think you're 100% right in taxing for the running. You're taxing my body.
Does that mean though he's paid like equal to the highest receiver contract that's out there right now, and then they add on to it, so he is by far and away the highest paid receiver in the league? Is that what he wants?
So I used to have these conversations when I was young in the league, and I thought maybe because I don't think any of us knew what Adam Vinatieri was going to do when he got hurt my rookie year, how long he was going to be around, and he was going to be able to kick for another 15 years after that because he's Adam Vinatieri. I think there were some conversations, and I was like, if I was to punt and kick, which was at one point what I wanted to end up doing in the NFL, I wanted to do both. I'm like, I started doing the math out loud. I'm like, well, they're going to have to pay me if I do well for top boom and top boom. That's awesome. Like, this is going to be cool. And then somebody brought me back down to earth, and they're like, well, that's certainly not how it's going to go. That is certainly not. They're going to categorize you as one, pay you, and then you'll get some incentive-based stuff on the other stuff that you'll be able to earn that would not be the max amount probably. That probably would have been right. I never made it to that point. Adam Vinatieri outlasted me, and my knee gave out, and I would have never been able to do it probably. But that whole conversation really brought me back down to earth with like an OG that was like, that's not how that's going to go. So I would assume it's just going to be incentive-based taxes almost on how many rushes, how many carries. Like maybe if the rushing offense is better by a certain percentage whenever he's on. There's ways and stats and analytics that you can build in all those incentive based. That sounds like an answer, right? Doesn't it? I don't know. I might be wrong.
Oh, I'm sure they're trying. Believe me, I bet the Niners are trying every creative way they can to try to make things okay, or just try to talk to him, really, I guess. I would assume they're talking to his agent, though, right?
Oh, you're talking about old Tony Dansby.
Yeah.
Got a lot of big-time clients.
Tony Darby.
Tony Darby. Every time, yeah.
It's tough because for some reason, like Tony, is his name Tony Darby?
It's Tory.
Dondy, like dandelion.
Tory Dandy.
Tory Dondy.
Feeling
Tory
Dondy.
Tory Dondy. That's on me. That was a tough one for me. I don't know why. I think because I want to send the end.
I thought it was Tim.
See,
Yeah,
that's much different than what
Dondy.
That's you're a part
not
of it.
Tim.
His name is Tory Dondy.
Dondy.
He's a fucking big time player in this game, by the way. CAA agent. He's repping DK, AJ Brown. He's got Deebo. He had Denzel Ward, who just signed the biggest deal in the history of cornerbacks with the Cleveland Browns. I mean, he is having quite an. Hey, that guy has up to something season.
Yeah, he is.
Mr. Tony Dansby.
And like the possible ripple effect, at least. Like, I don't know about DK Metcalf, but AJ Brown, he's removed the Tennessee from his bios. Like, if Deebo gets traded and gets paid, you think he just goes to AJ Brown? Dondy goes to AJ Brown and says, like, hey, just work for Deebo. Like, do you want to do the same thing here and we kind of get you paid somewhere else possibly? Or what do you think?
People are having success too. So we're looking at a lot of the high draft guys. A lot of them have transferred from other schools where they weren't really having success. So a lot of it is very fascinating to me. Like, that's very different than what it used to be like. I feel like the moving and winning is something that happens.
Yeah.
And the moving and having success is something that happens. There's a lot of blueprints. Like, hey, if you're to get up and go somewhere else that they're going to use you and they have a deficit at, like, it is going to work out for you. You're either going to go on to become a top pick if you transfer. That's why the transfer portal is so big. Or for guys in the NFL, like, hey, moving is the right move. Guys move and they have immediate success. Guys get paid. Guys get new opportunity. They become a much bigger focal point. They have much bigger say in what goes on, and people are having success. I think this is going to become something very serious. Like you said, you think Deebo is going to ask A.J. Brown about it. I think it's going to start happening.
What's the next position? I want to know, like, it's almost like these elite receivers kind of form their own little union group and like, all right, hey, we're going to go make some moves. We're going to make things happen. We're going to take some control. Like, is the next defense? Can we see this happen with edge rushers next, maybe?
Yeah, D-end, edge rushers. Corner, probably another position.
Offensive tackles.
Tackles. Yeah.
Just look at the pay scales. That's all we got to do, right? We just got to look at the pay scales. That'll be
I feel like the edge rushers already had their
run
a couple years ago. I feel like they were the ones that were getting all the money
That's
and
why
in demand.
Second highest paid or whatever
Yeah,
position.
and then like left tackle even before that or around that same time. And, then
And
now
corner had a run there for a bit.
When it was Ramsey in like X Howard's first contract.
Because I remember the internet doing all the different positions. Like, here's me teaching my kid how to backpedal or something like that when the corners were all getting paid.
Gilmore was in that same when he got paid by New England when he left.
Byron
Buffalo.
Jones.
Yeah.
Namdi Asamoah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey.
It's an old school one.
Eagles, right? Eagles?
Raiders to Eagles. Didn't play as well with
who paid him?
Eagles.
Eagles.
He got a monster deal.
Yeah, monster. And he also got into like movies and stuff
Yeah,
too,
he's
right?
an actor
He's
now.
married to an actor.
Hey, I met him once, I think.
How'd it go?
Well, I'm trying to remember if it was him or not. Did he do plays or something like that? He did some plays, right? Broadway, I think.
Like theater acting.
Did you happen to see him in a play that you were attending?
No. I was getting boosed up with him at something. I had a conversation with him, and he said he was doing it. But I don't remember if it was him or not.
Is he as good as Vernon Davis?
I don't. He didn't like.
Yeah, Vernon's in movies, right?
Competition.
Vernon's in a bunch of movies. He's on 10 movies, but he was also he was on TV that one time and
Sports Center.
he cried on the spot.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
Tell you what, man.
Amber,
I give him credit for that.
me too. That's good.
It's great.
He's all
acting.
in. Like,
It's
I
a
bet
thespian.
actors that watch that are like, okay, this guy's for real.
Well, he got like 10 roles. Yeah, the last time we talked to him, he was filming a movie every single month for the next like 4 years or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had
I mean-
a lot of projects.
Yeah. He's like guy number 4 in like 6 of them, but he is getting
still-
a lot of experience and roles.
And he can turn it on.
Why don't you say that to James Harrison, Ty?
What do you mean?
James is acting.
James
is still
Harrison was
acting.
the fucking one of the main characters in
Heels.
or whatever whatever it was on
Stars.
Stars.
James is serious too.
Yeah, he said he's applying. Yeah,
He's
we talked to him,
always
AJ. Yeah,
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm impressed with how these guys dive in. Like, hey, I can't just mail it in and be good. They know, like, I want to be great at this.
Well, they've seen what it's taken to have success in the past, and they just apply that to a new profession. That's why I'm so pumped for like the modern day retired athlete. I'm very excited. I forget who we talked to about this just very recently. It might have, I don't know. Anytime a retired player does well, though, I'm happy for him. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree. Yeah, we need less old drunk guys yelling and saying how tough it was when they played.
Yes.
And I'm talking about my generation too. Believe me, like I'm in that world.
Yeah, I have some friends as well that retirement was not that great, and it was a very interesting era there for a few people, and it was like, God, I'm happy we're not letting that 80% broke thing was alarming.
Yeah.
You know? So, hey, if Nnamdi Awesome was killing it, I'm happy for him.
Exactly.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Keep going.
Absolutely. And Vernon Davis, he's gonna be action hero one day.
Yeah.
Next to Will Smith.
Well, Will Smith might be dead, but not Vernon Davis.
Will Smith's coming back to life more than we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Vernon Davis had 7 projects in 2022.
Weapon.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Guy's working.
That's what I'm saying. He's acting all day, every day.
Grind.
It's kind of weird timing for Will. Bad timing for Will to smack Chris Rock with that weird, with the slippery shoes on too. Because he wins when you win an Academy Award. That's when your price is all time high for great movies too. And now, is he doing anything?
So you do agree that his footwork on that smack made no sense, especially as somebody who had to train a little bit of boxing.
But it's weird though. I've seen videos of him slapping people from earlier in his life, and he has similar movements.
Because, if he was training as Ali, you would think, like when you're slapping somebody, you don't want to move your plank.
Which foot slipped out though?
I think it was his front left foot. Like I see it move backwards as he was smacking. And that's like the complete opposite of momentum.
Is he southpaw, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
He didn't want to though, but it's got that shiny like stage, and he has brand new, probably rented dress shoes on. And I would imagine he was a little bit in his brain. He was a little bit fired up. He was a little upset.
Yeah, so you think he did? He lost his fundamentals.
His torque was serious. He had some serious torque. He didn't realize, hey, I don't have good footing. Should have worn golf shoes.
That's why a lot of people were saying it was a work. People were saying.
I thought so. And I texted multiple people that I felt like would know, and they're like, I don't know. I think this is real.
Who are the people that you think would know?
Tom Cruise, Barack Obama.
Pretty good.
You have those numbers?
Pretty good people.
On Barrio. Why don't you get Cruise on? Top Gun's coming out.
Pretty good.
You're just texting President Obama?
Yeah, I didn't get anything back.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, just sending it out there. Is that sign up or text me thing like on his app?
Yeah. I went into Aaron's phone last time I saw him. I tried to steal it from his contact list.
He was at the game last night having a good time.
Oh, yeah.
You are a menace, dude. An absolute menace. Yeah, out there living. The national parks thing that he has out there on Netflix, I guess. Text him, let him know. People love it. People love it. Let's talk about some other stuff going on. Patrick Peterson and Chase Edmonds talked about the Kyler Murray situation on the All Things Covered podcast, brought to you by CBS Sports. That is normally hosted by Patrick Peterson and
Bryant McFadden,
another defensive back,
longtime Steeler,
and also employee of CBS Sports, I believe. He does work for them. They have a podcast. This particular one was Patrick Peterson and Chase Edmonds, former running back for the Arizona Cardinals. The way they were speaking about the entire Kyler Murray situation was basically that it's a cultural problem about winning and want to be competitive. It's not surprising to me, bro, to say the least, Edmonds said. I just know, especially knowing how the last 2 years have ended, meaning 2021 and 2020, and knowing the type of competitor that K1 is and the type of winner that he wants to be, I knew there was going to be, at some point, some things happening, especially just because you see the power that quarterbacks have now. They hold the weight, man, and you got to pay them. Okay, so is that because they had success and they're seeing what other quarterbacks are making and getting paid and what Kyler Murray has done there and what Kyler Murray deserves? They knew a situation was going to brew business-wise between the Cardinals and Kyler Murray. How did you take that there, AJ?
Well, when I first saw it, I thought it was more about like the team around him. Like they didn't build up the team around him like they may have wanted. But then the more I look at it, I don't know what the hell it is. Like who is the problem? Is it the coaching staff? Is it the GM? The owner? Who is the problem?
I don't know, because they were headlining it as if it was a shot at the culture almost, and they think that it's not a winning culture. Edmonds, who spent 3 seasons alongside Murray before signing with Miami this offseason, said you could see the frustration ready to boil over at the end of 2021 when the Cardinals finished 11-6 and went one and done in the playoffs despite a 10-2 start. When you see good culture teams in the NFL, like the Baltimore Ravens, New Orleans Saints, the Niners, those teams, no matter how talented they look, bro, from top to bottom, they just somehow find a way to win damn games, Edmonds said. Even like Mike Tomlin with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Some teams have that culture and some teams don't. I feel like that's kind of what it was for us. That's fascinating, because so it is definitely talking about the culture not being a winning culture, but then also.
But what does that mean, though? Is he calling coaches out, saying they're not doing enough? What are you doing?
Yeah, is he calling out the locker room? Is he calling out the coaches? Is he calling out the players in there? Are they calling out how it's run? I don't know. And I started thinking about the culture earlier because I got to see a culture change with the Indianapolis Colts from a regime that at one point had the winningest decade in NFL history. Bill Polian, who was in Buffalo, Carolina, and Indianapolis, built a team the way he built a team. And the way he built a team was, hey, he got a group of guys, and they stuck around for a long time. I mean, there was a great core there that did a lot for the Indianapolis Colts. And whenever, that turnover happened from that to a brand new GM, first time head coach, that decision changed the culture immensely. The culture became a completely brand new culture. They actually painted over things on the wall of the old culture. Like I walked in most days, saw some of my friends celebrating on the wall before I ate, a meal. And then all of a sudden it's just a gray wall. Okay. And it's a brand new team. Okay. Nothing ever happens. Like a culture can change quickly, I think. I think a culture can change quickly. And I think a culture needs just one igniter or two igniters to get it going, or on the complete opposite end to do the difference there. So I don't know who he's calling out. You're right. But I do believe that if it was the case, you can get that changed, I think, personally.
Yeah, you absolutely can, but it has to be the right person, the right position, which is usually the quarterback position that has the most kind of pull from with the coaches and all the players in the team. But they weren't calling Kyler out at all. They're calling the organization out. So I'm just like, okay, who are you directing this at?
I've been around K1. Peterson said, Patrick Peterson. He's a competitor. And I feel like, no disrespect to the Arizona Cardinals, I feel like they don't put the team in a position to be successful year after year after year after year. And Kyler Murray is not going to sit around and wait for that. Oh, okay. So
is he mad they didn't re-sign Chandler Jones?
Maybe, but they did re-sign A.J. Green, right?
Yeah, and they got J.J. Watt.
And Nuke.
It feels like they have done things.
So maybe this is from before, because Patrick Peterson wasn't there whenever
No, he was.
They were sending a plane up to Wisconsin to meet JJ on the frozen lake that he had just been sitting in to recover from the hard workout he had.
Oh, yeah.
What's he been with the Vikings, 1 year?
Their owner's not cheap at all, though. That's not one of those things.
Well,
is it?
I wonder what they're...
Well, paying the alleged... delayed bonuses? That could be part of it.
Slow down.
Is that even real?
We don't know. Well, a new deal worked for Cliff Kingsbury, so we assume that all got put.
Yeah, and the GM.
And settled. Yeah, we'll handle this whole thing. But yeah, it does seem as of late, and I don't know the history before as of late, so I apologize. I have taken quite a liking to the city of Phoenix in the area, so I'm paying attention to the Cardinals a lot more. It does feel like it's an owner that's all in, though. From the outside looking in. I'm not there. I don't know what it's been like in the past. I don't know if that's an accurate portrayal of what's going on. But the whole signing and moving, and I mean, they traded a bag of balls for DeAndre Hopkins to go try to get him in there. He's an absolute weapon. Maybe they're talking about more weapons around Kyler Murray, even though they bring back A.J. Green.
Kyler's going to get paid. It sounds like they're going to have to pay him soon.
In the next week, because he wants to get paid before the draft, he said.
Yeah. We got 7 days till the draft spectacular. Will the Arizona Cardinals open their pocketbook?
Clock's ticking.
To Kyler Murray. What's up, Tony?
I was trying to think of his weapons. They did let Christian Kirk go, but, they probably didn't want to pay him $20 million.
Drafted Rondale Moore.
And,
oh, yeah, he's good.
He's a monster.
They re-signed James Conner.
I mean, that's 3
They brought in, they traded for Zach Ertz.
They went
and on
got,
the defensive side, they lose Chandler Jones, I guess, but they still got Buda. Right?
Buda drafted a corner in the first round. They also traded for Rodney Hudson, Pro Bowl center.
So I wonder if this is a very recent development for the Arizona Cardinals.
I don't know how much control he had before Michael Bidwell, the owner now, took over from his father in 2019.
Oh, his father.
Okay. So maybe it is a vastly different run team since the son has taken over, which does make sense. And Patrick Peterson, right? Was he there during those Arizona one?
2020 was his last year there.
So he's there for 1 year, I guess.
He played with Kyler in 19 and 20, right? He said.
I don't know. So maybe it's maybe they are changing their culture as we speak, and it's being called out, which was probably accurate. Whatever was being called out.
If somebody's taking like this, his dad ran the team for so long, and then you take over, there's naturally going to be different things. You're going to do things much differently, I'm sure, in different areas.
By the way, especially if you're a pilot, I think the guy's his own pilot. He flew his own plane up to pick up J.J. Watt, and he's obviously multi-billionaire. I mean,
how'd they make their money?
I don't know.
It's always interesting to see.
I mean, how much of this goes on Kyler too, though? Like, because he didn't play well down the stretch at all.
Hey, listen, I'm a Kyler believer.
Me too, but I'm just
And
saying,
I love
like,
Face Clan.
Face Clan.
Face Clan. Love Face Clan. You should see what he does in those video games, by the way.
yeah, fucking sick 360 no scopes.
But it does feel like whenever Nuke wasn't on the field, the offense was completely different towards the end of the season. Yeah. They're going to have to figure it out, though. We need Kyler over there. Okay, and Cliff's offense over there doing his magic. And I'm happy to hear that the younger generation of ownership, which we're hoping for maybe potentially to start happening more in the NFL, is getting active and changing things and realizing and adapting and going all in, because that's what you should do if you have a team in the NFL, because it's the NFL and the NFL deserves that.
Oh, yeah.
How's Dan Snyder doing?
He's really gone into the bunker.
I mean, that's gone under the radar. I feel like that disappeared.
Well,
It definitely didn't disappear. Not
Really?
from Congress.
Yeah.
For us, it did, though.
Not from the House.
Yeah, but the government never forgets, right? They always got their eye on it.
Yeah. And Rap Sheet, was it Rap Sheet who said it? You know, they don't move that fast on these things. They kind of take their time.
So what's the NFL going to do? The NFL is just going to wait for the government to do their thing, and then they're going to follow up and say, hey, Dan, you know what? We thought we should have done this maybe a year ago or 2 years ago or 10 years ago, but now we got to do it. You're fucking out, dude.
Yeah.
All right, see you later. We're selling this thing to Bezos for 40x what it's actually worth, because he is right down the road, and he's going to build a dome over the entire Commonwealth. What's going on, Tom?
Doing some digging into the bid wells. Okay.
Okay, how'd they make their money?
Pretty awesome.
Okay, we like this.
Well, I'm not sure how they made their money exactly, but Charles Bidwell,
Chuck
Bidwell, he owned the Chicago Cardinals from 1933 to 46.
Oh, yeah.
He was a successful businessman and wealthy lawyer in Chicago with ties to organized crime boss Al Capone.
He's a cleaner. This guy was a cleaner for Al Capone. How's the family, huh? Jeez.
So, you know, that's where they started, and that's where they had the Cardinals in Chicago, so I assume they just kept the team, right? Nick, you sent some stuff. Did you read that as well?
Yeah, apparently the old man was known for being a cheapskate. And now, again, I don't know when.
The most recent old man, not
Bill Bidwell.
Okay,
not Chuck.
Not Chuck.
No.
William.
Chuck does his thing.
Yeah, but Bill passed away in 2019.
Rest in
Control
peace.
went over to his son, Michael, who runs the team now. But I don't know how much Michael was doing day-to-day before that. He may have been running things. Bill may have been title only. You know how those things go.
No, yeah.
You know how that should go.
I guess. I tried to watch Secession.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You still watching?
I kind of fell out of interest with it. I don't know what happened.
Oh, shit.
It's a good one, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It's
very good.
very good.
I think I got in like maybe episode 3 or something like that.
Yeah, you got to get to like 7 or 8. I think.
Jesus, why don't these shows fucking
No, I mean, it's
get
good,
to it
but
first?
then that's the one that like
I know, but
hooks you.
everybody, you guys always say like, you know, I'm trying to get into these TV show things because it's a lot of fun. You guys enjoy those conversations. It seems like a blast. And I can never participate other than just try to learn about what everybody's doing in this show.
Well, that's the thing. The first season of any like new show is a lot of world character building, and it doesn't really get to the goddamn plot.
And that's probably a necessity, huh?
You know how I've gotten into some shows? Diving in like in the middle of something.
I tried that with Game of Thrones. I tried to watch the last episode.
That was way too late.
You can't do that.
Still, you tried though. You tried.
Tried diving in the middle. If it piques your curiosity, you could be like, "Oh, I wonder how they got to this point." Then you go back.
It's a wild
So
way
then
to
I
live.
get a precursor. Oh my God.
Bingo.
You need to stumble. You need to like find them on your own though. Like when people tell me how great
True.
these shows are, oh, you got to stick with it. Like I know there's no chance you're going to watch the show. Well, you're talking Success. I thought you were talking Severance, actually.
Both. By the way, both. They're both
sure.
going the same exact way for me. I turn it on.
I would think Succession would be easier for you to watch.
I enjoy it. It seems like the dad real fucking.
He's the best.
It seems like
Logan.
he really gets after it. Yeah.
Pretty good actor.
And then Home Alone brother.
Yeah.
Macaulay Culkin.
What a character.
His brother.
Roman.
Kieran.
What a character. I saw him on Saturday Night Live and I thought he had a lot of moxie. I'm like, this guy's got a lot of confidence. I ain't never heard of this dude. And then I watched the session. I'm like,
There he is.
The Good Son. He was in The Good Son.
he's good, this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Another great actor. Kendall.
Is he
Similar,
is he 3 feet tall?
Yeah.
Probably
Little
around
man.
there.
Good Son is spin-off to The Good Wife. It's a good show.
Macaulay Culkin's a big wrestling guy, Pat.
Oh,
Didn't
yeah.
he own like an organization or
I
something?
met him down there, yeah. I met
he
him
was
at
there.
the Super WrestleMania.
You should
New
run a
Orleans.
program with him.
With
Is that
who?
the news?
Macaulay Culkin, I'm up to something.
Oh,
right.
Culkin.
Is he still rocking those bunny ears?
Yeah, he had those bunny ears on at the time.
Yeah.
I said, shout out to the ears.
He weighs like 105 pounds.
Very
Maybe.
small, yeah. Very
Soaking
small.
wet.
He was very happy, though. Cool. It was a good conversation. I was happy for him. Because because
didn't his parents rip him off and take all of his money, and he got laws in the books. I think got things changed to help protect kids.
Yeah, literally nothing I had heard about his life was good. I don't think since Home Alone. So then when I saw him at the WrestleMania thing, he was super nice, super cool. I was like genuinely happy for Kevin.
Yeah.
I was like, Kevin, I'm so pumped for you, dude.
You did it.
Yeah, like good for you, man, because that movie was awesome.
Oh, incredible.
All of them.
Yeah.
Were great. So we appreciate you so much. Speaking of rules in the books, because of Macaulay Culkin, there's now a Kenny Pickett rule in the NCAA football rules. If you fake a feet first slide and the refs deem it as such and you continue to run like Kenny Pickett did, which everybody has probably thought of since the beginning of the slide rule, you are down from the start of where you pump fake the slide. So you're probably actually losing about 3-4 yards from where your slide would actually be if you would end up sliding anyways. Kenny Pickett, as we all do recall, he does wear gloves on both hands. He does sling the rock, and he's more athletic than they'll give him credit for. The run, the scamper that we are alluding to, he ran down the middle of the field, 25 yards-ish or so, goes to act like he's going to slide. Safety pulls up who is going to hit him. Then he, joking, pops the clutch, pops the gear, hits the gas, and he's gone. And he scores a touchdown. He runs right by a guy. And it was SportsCenter top 10. It was on every single Bleacher Report highlight, every single highlight on the internet. Boom, 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 boom. And it pissed defensive players off so bad. Yeah. We can't even touch these guys. And these guys are allowed to pump fake us on this thing. We're going to take their heads off next time. That's like the OG of defenders.
That's it. Well, that is the only way to combat that if they don't change the rule.
Yes. So they had to change the rule.
You got to be scared to death. Like, what I figured, if they didn't change the rule, I'm like, okay, I would assume every D coordinator in college is saying, we don't care. If he's running, we are sailor diving, arms back, head first. You teach them. We do not allow this on the field. If you fake slide, your head might leave your body.
Sailor diving.
Look, I knew they would change the rule because it's true. Like, not many guys are going to try it though. Like, how many people would actually be successful faking a slide?
So last play of the game, let's say or second to last play of the game, or like a massive moment, there's some situation where some super competitive guy would pull that out, And I think that is what the NCAA had to get ahead of, though. Anytime
I think it's a good rule.
Yeah, well, especially with the way you just reacted there.
Yeah.
As a guy who might be coaching this.
Yeah. I'm not saying that'll happen or that would happen. I'm saying there's definitely a lot of defensive rooms where that would be being talked about.
Yeah, your first thought, actually. Your first thought,
what would your first thought be if a guy is going around the rules? It's a physical, violent game. You have to there's consequences for your actions. It's like anything else. Like, I can't sit there and berate some random dude because he should come punch me in the face if I do. Like, there's consequences for your actions.
Yeah, you're 100% right. And because now you're going to get blamed for missing that tackle. That safety got embarrassed. He was on the wrong side of that highlight for that entire run on the internet, and he's basically handcuffed in that situation because it's a quarterback and because the slide's happening, and they made a rule change. So good for Kenny Pickett. How's he going to be in the NFL, AJ?
I think he's going to be good. I like Kenny Pickett. I don't care about his hand size. Like, I like this dude. He's a gamer.
Hey, when I'm watching the highlights back from Kenny Pickett, there's a couple throws he makes where I'm like, that feels like an NFL type throw right there. That looks like an NFL type throw there. And now the hand size is going to be something that I know if you're nitpicking that heavily, it's going to, either be the reason or be such a laughingstock 5 years from now. Like, if it actually is a reason, people will shove it in our faces for the rest of all of football coverage. But I feel like he does have a little bit of moxie in there. And there's been a lot of shit talk to him here over these last couple of weeks, almost months during this draft process.
He does have moxie. It feels like a guy you can have a beer with.
You like that?
Oh, yeah.
You want him to be a Steeler?
I believe sure, I'll take him. I feel like he's done the beer celebration as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How tall is he?
Tall enough.
6'1", 6'2". I don't think
might be 6'3", but don't underestimate the grit in that man battling through the pitfalls of that Pitt program. It is a terrible football program.
Oh no! Remember that guy gave $25 million to be a part of the head coach.
Chris Bickle.
Yeah. Is that his name?
Yeah.
It's not similar.
It's Chris Fickle, isn't it?
Bickle.
Mr. Bickle.
Mr. Bickle. Yeah.
Kevin Bickle.
The Kevin Bickle, head football coach of the Pittsburgh Panthers. That's the full title.
Kevin Bickle?
It is not Kevin.
Is it Chris Bickle? AJ just said Kevin Bickle.
I thought he donated to the USFL to name one of their meetings.
It's Chris Bickle, 97.
Chris Bickle, class of 97, head coach of the University of Pittsburgh Panthers football team.
Bingo.
Yeah, Pat Narduzzi.
Pat Narduzzi. That is Pat Narduzzi's. That's his
title. Good coach.
That's his card. but they got a lot of money now to
Yeah.
use, in the NIL game. And I think they've been getting good recruits. I think they've been doing well in the
They
ACC.
always have a couple good recruits, and they always send a couple guys to the NFL. But I mean, it's by no means a college football powerhouse. So for Pickett to have success there is pretty impressive.
And, I like the fact that Aaron Donald's back there working out every single offseason. I mean, what if
Larry Fitzgerald gives him a lot of good pub, too.
That's right. Larry Fitzgerald should have won the damn Heisman.
Yeah.
What a year he had.
Revis.
Shady.
Yeah, I saw him get loose a couple times.
James Conner.
Darrell Revis. Yeah. I mean, we don't got to go back. Tony Dorsett.
Yeah.
What?
Dan Marino.
Hey, Dan
Deion
Marino.
Lewis.
Deion
Fucking
Lewis.
send it.
What's that? Dan Marino?
There was no flub.
How come we had a chance to almost talk to Dan Marino and he got canceled?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. AJ, what is your problem?
No, for real, what happened? When were we going to talk to him?
I think it was a
love Dan.
scheduling conflict. I think it was a scheduling conflict.
That's a shame.
We got a next hour. We got Amanda Serrano.
Ooh. Here we go.
Next weekend, she fights Katie Taylor of Ireland, and people are calling this like the biggest women's boxing match ever.
Yeah, the Mayweather McGregor, right? Was
Pacquiao Mayweather of women's boxing or whatever. I can't wait. I'm pumped to talk to Serrano.
I think it's going to be fun. I would assume you're going to have plenty of Oculus questions to her.
Well, maybe.
About your training regimen?
I don't know if you saw this or not. The Oculus is about to get me into the NFL too, potentially.
Yeah.
Especially with the USFL training I'm going to be able to do from the confines of my own basement with the Oculus. I will ask Amanda Serrano about the Oculus, but I will also be diving right into this fucking game immediately upon its arrival on the Oculus. NFL Pro Era had a commercial with Lamar Jackson that debuted on the internet yesterday. They have a virtual reality game in the Oculus that you can pick the plays, call the plays, basically do pretty similar to what the football game already is in there, but with NFL teams and probably a little bit better graphics. And I know these graphics don't keep up, I guess, with what the super video game graphics have. But it is awesome to be in there and play football because you can actually control how far you throw it, flick of your finger and everything. It feels like you're in there. I can't wait to just fucking look off AJ Hawk that I'm going to make and then just right over his head because I think you can manipulate the defense too in this whole thing. It's going to be awesome, I think.
But then once you catch it, what is the running like? What does that mean?
They do the running, I think.
Yeah, it's up to your
Can you
teammates.
like juke or do anything?
No, you can. So you can run. So you use
Can I run down next to him and block for him?
if you can catch him. I mean, you're gonna have to throw it pretty high, and hope that it takes a long time to get down and that the defense isn't there to catch up to him. But yeah, you can follow the ball for sure. You can
how do you play defense though?
I don't think it's just like I think it's already
Probably
bought
just
in.
offense. Just quarterback.
Yeah, it's already
Gotcha.
bought in.
Oh, okay. That'd be fun to throw. Just dropping dimes everywhere, throwing touchdowns. I hope they have some competition games too, where they drive the golf carts with the bullseye and I throw it at them.
Yeah, so this other game has a lot of that too. What is the name of the game
I can't. It's like VR football. It's some very generic.
And I played the Patrick Mahomes Experience one as well, which is exactly like the other football game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you pick up the ball, you throw the ball. They all have like quarterback carnivals though for you to throw
That'd
the
be
ball
sweet.
through. And
That's
stuff.
awesome.
It's a good time. The NFL one, I think you're gonna have to figure out how to do some defense too. I think.
Yeah.
I agree.
In the movement, because you're really just using the analogs to move.
Yeah, you need to give a bunch of treadmills like they have in Ready Player One.
Bingo.
right.
Yeah.
So everybody can actually move and shake people. You know what I mean?
Yep. Absolutely.
So this
Can't
game's
wait for that.
multiplayer?
What's that, pal?
What I read was multiplayer, so you're just two people playing offense?
Yeah, I don't know. You would have.
Then
to
how do
play
I go out
defense,
for a
right?
route?
Well, you could
I
probably
saw
call
hand
the-
movements like this. Remember that boxing game you played and you have to move your arms to walk?
Oh yeah.
I wonder if it's like that for this. Like, you got to chop.
You gotta run.
Yeah, if you're playing someone, you can probably call it defensive plays, maybe. But then you're not controlling anybody on defense.
It's got to be just throwing.
Just sling the pill, man.
We should be pumped that we're even in this era.
Yeah, this is awesome. Either way,
This is really cool.
the
right?
first time we started playing the Oculus.
Because I was about to kind of bury it a little bit and be like, it's just like every other football game on there, but we got NFL nameplates on there. But we don't know that if that's true.
No.
And also cool that we're even able to do this.
Yeah, for sure.
And we should be pumped about it. And that Lamar Jackson commercial, awesome. Reminiscent of the Vic on the roller coaster commercial.
Yep.
Awesome. Both of them can be awesome, by the way. Don't have to bury one. I absolutely love the announcement. Go ahead, Tom.
Question for you guys that have the Oculus, and we were kind of talking about this the other day. Is there like a door where you just walk into the metaverse? How do we get into the metaverse?
I'm not sure if that's like Sims or not. I don't know. I've never been in there.
Okay, do you have to download it, maybe?
Or am I in the metaverse as soon as I drop in there?
That's what I was at.
It feels like you probably have to download like a metaverse app. Like
Talk
the
to
game.
Zuck.
Like, where's the McDonald's?
I don't
What am I supposed to do? Just text them?
Yeah, I don't think you're actually in the metaverse until you get physically, virtually assaulted in there.
Okay.
You'll
All right.
get grabbed.
Have we taken a break this hour or not?
I bought some land right
Let's
next to Snoop in the metaverse.
No, someone already bought that for $450,000.
Yeah.
Cash,
I got the other one.
straight cash. No, you didn't. Because that other one went for $575,000.
With the theory.
Yeah, ETH.
ETH, dude.
Sorry.
Too slow.
You
Buying
lose.
up everything in there.
Who is? You is?
Yeah.
No, you're not. We just learned that you lied about
Yeah,
the first two pieces of real estate you didn't buy.
Absolute fraud.
Is your chain, did that start out like ironic and then it just became a thing?
Yeah.
That's what I figured. That's how most good things are.
Yeah. Well, because if you wear a tank top every day, the only way you can look any different, you know?
Chain.
Yeah. So I was wearing a long, thin one for too long, and I was starting to not be able to see which day was which on the videos that I was, going through our pictures or something like that. So you just got to keep it.
It's like the word bro. That's how bro came out. At least I remember we used to say bro kind of like sarcastically to people, and then we just started using it.
What's up, bro?
High school probably.
I guess,
yeah. You guys probably started that, huh?
No, we didn't start it. I'm saying that's how it came into my life.
Oh. All right, bro.
Bro.
What time?
Bro's a good one.
What time is he on?
Bro, thank you for bringing bro into the world.
Yeah, thank you, AJ.
Appreciate it,
I didn't
AJ.
bring it in. I don't claim to do anything.
Lord of the
None of us
Bros.
have any original ideas. We're all just recycling things.
All right. I mean, that's a bigger conversation.
Yeah.
I thought I created Chillax when I was a kid. I did not.
Such a cool one.
Yeah, I felt real good about it. Yeah, a week or two. Thought I had it. I was fucking Webster, dude.
That's probably a pretty sweet week or two.
I mean,
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
You did invent Out of Something season. So.
Yeah, true.
Well, up something season's very hot right now.
Yeah.
We are in the middle of season.
Piping hot.
It is prime season of up to something season. We're back in 4 minutes. We're answering some phone calls on the 5 Energy phone line like we said we are going to do in the first hour, but we didn't do. This time we're definitely going to do it. You all are the best. See you in 4. Bye. How are ya? I'm Roman, a men's health brand that can dance very well and make you the best you possible. Are you suffering from male pattern baldness? We got something for that. Herpes. See ya. Premature ejaculation? Gone. No more coming too quick. Allergies as well. And that's not all. We have clinically tested supplements for everything, including erectile dysfunction. Come on. Bye-bye. GetRoman.com/Pat. Be the best you possible. Today's event is me versus a Carolina Reaper pepper. A pepper that has what?
2.2 million Scoville on average. I think it's pretty much the hottest pepper in the world.
In comparison, a jalapeno is
6,000 Scoville.
For every second after it is in my mouth, I don't grab this milk. We'll give $25 to a random person in the comments section right now. $4,500 feels like a good amount to give away, though. And that'd
3
be
minutes.
3 minutes. This is going to be a long 3 minutes.
That's redder than devil's dick. That crunch. How we doing so far? Doesn't look too bad.
I should have taken a drink of water beforehand, though, because I think I had a dry mouth. I had a little cotton mouth. Oh.
Oh, okay. Once the hiccups start, I think you're just about done for. What's your biggest regret in life? Do you have 2 more minutes in you?
I think it's just starting to hit like the peak. The curve on this thing is just starting to go up.
You are handling this much better than Bill did, though. You are, yeah. Billy Tubes was puking 10 seconds in. 130. 130.
It's burning my esophagus.
Do you feel like you're gonna puke? And that milk looks ice cold too.
No!
Beer that broke my heart. Hey, one more. Yep. Now we go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Dance with me.
How you feel now?
A little bit better, but not great. Oh, my God. That's a bad idea. I need more. I need more milk. Oh, God, God. Yikes.
Oh, this is a bit of a banger. Kind of makes you feel better about life, huh?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Welcome back to the show. It is Thursday, April 21st, 2022. AJ Hawk rejoins us from his attic in Ohio. Just 7 days away from the draft spectacular. 7 days away from dreams of making it to the NFL coming true.
Yeah.
Can't wait to watch along as the 7-hour affair takes place 7 days from now. AJ Hawk, it is officially up to something season. What are your thoughts?
It is, but can I get Gertie to send me that graphic or another one because I have to get active on the gram again now that it is draft season.
Oh, yes. We see a spike in viewership.
Yeah,
for the draft.
I have a week to get that graphic situated.
Well, that's what we're talking about. We see a very large spike in viewership when AJ Hawk promotes something on his Instagram.
Big time.
So just like Miller Lite got to experience, we have gotten to experience the positives of being on AJ Hawk's Instagram. If you're a company out there that needs a little bit of a Hawk boost, we know the man for an Instagram ad. Ain't that right, AJ?
Yeah, I mean, hey, got to keep him coming back for more. That's why I'm pretty. I'm not real active.
Look at his
Last 3 years.
Bro, he got a Miller Lite Instagram deal. You know how pissed off some influencers
Oh, God.
They have to be so mad.
Livid.
I tried to not do it. I didn't want to.
Yeah,
You know how hard it is to
You're
get the
so
pictures.
famous.
Sure.
So famous. I mean, look at the photo. You look
Well, no, I'm saying when they say you got to post anything, I instantly clock out. And I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Well, we're thankful you did for Miller Lite, and we're thankful you did for the draft spectacular last year because it really helped.
Yeah. Thank you, AJ.
So if you would like to promote it again, we'd be very appreciative.
Please,
Yeah,
AJ.
I plan on.
It's up to something season. Let's go to Carlos in Miami. What's going on, Carlos, on the 5 Energy phone line? What's going on, pal?
What's up, boys? How we doing?
Keep it moving. Sorry.
Sir, I just wanted to say, first off, shout out to the boys yesterday. The hockey talk last night was amazing. 5.5 hours. Can't believe
Pronger?
it. And shout out to Mike Tyson.
It was a long one.
Shout out to Mike Tyson today. He was looking good today back on the mat. I'm the airplane, knocking boys out. What are we doing?
Oh, I get it, Carlos. Good call, Carlos. Good call. That's hockey talk last night was fantastic.
Yeah.
Chris Pronger, he was wide open in there. Great to hear from him. Hey, he was a bully out there on the ice. He's saying, "Hey, I'll put this stick through your teeth if I got to." Great hockey talk, boys.
Great hockey talk.
It was a marathon session, but it was all worth it. Some incredible conversation there.
Mike Tyson, punching a guy right in the face on an airplane happened this morning, I guess. There's alternate angles of how the man who got punched in the face was behaving towards Mike Tyson prior to the altercation. I have no idea how that's going to work out. I assume Tyson's going to end up having to pay money, and probably the airport and the airplane company probably going to have to pay money. There's probably going to be a lawsuit in that. Hate to see it because Mike Tyson has really come, full circle in his life, feels to be at peace and at ease. So for him to do that, man, It's crazy, but also like that guy on the other end of it.
That
I think
kid is crazy for what he was doing. The videos I saw.
Insufferable.
he was too boozed up. I don't know if he'll
blacked out.
remember. Yeah, I don't know if he'll remember just what it was like to be on the other side of Mike Tyson beating the fuck out of you, though. You know, that's something that not a lot of people get
It
to
could have been
experience.
way worse. It could have been much worse.
Yeah.
You know that.
I think so too. But like Mike Tyson's big thing now is like how life is different, you know.
Yeah, positive and
So that's like I feel the whole situation.
yeah,
is
some
just
shit
like-
might be going on.
Yeah, the whole situation is a bummer, and we don't condone that type of activity. Hour 3 on the other side with didn't get it in.
Good tease though.
Amanda
Great
Serrano.
tease.
is
Everyone
joining us.
who heard that's like, with who?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I doubt it because we said it earlier. I think. You know
So,
what I mean?
new people every couple minutes, right? Or every.
That's what they say on radio. It's like you're supposed to do like 12-minute increments or something.
Yeah.
Like that. 12 or 13-minute increments.
Not really the same kind of radio world as it used to be, though.
Well, that's the thing though, because a lot of shows set themselves up like that though.
When they want to win like the terrestrial ratings game, that whole thing.
Yeah, so they just do the same show like every 25, 30 minutes. It's like, are we
There's
just
like
running?
a formula on how long you go and then break to keep people around. Like I've heard local people talk about that a lot.
Yeah, they know the commercial timing inside and out or whatever. It's like, all right, I don't.
They know when to go. Like, okay, if we go here, we won't lose as many people. Like, there's a whole. I had no idea. I really didn't.
Our show, you know, it's tough because on YouTube it is, you know, it's a pretty long average watch, which we appreciate everybody. Because I think people show up. What is this? And then like 5 minutes pass by. Can't be this. Can't be what we're.
Pooping my finger.
Yeah, this can't be what it is. And 10 minutes get by and they've kind of lost interest, but they're doing something else. We're still on. And then like 15 minutes, they come back in. Something maybe piques their interest, pisses them off. And then they kind of like stick around a little bit. The average watch time on our show is much higher than what the radio people have to do. So it's like very difficult for me to judge those both. You know, it's very difficult for me to judge those both. That's why I'm terrible with it, to be honest.
So just do your show. And it's like anything, though. You say it all the time. When people find the show on their own, I would assume it's much better than people. It's like a movie. Like people telling you to watch something, you're not going to do it. And you're going to come to it skeptical. And that's
Whoa.
what people will do.
I watched, what was that one thing you guys told me to go watch and I watched because you guys said it was so good?
Kurt Warner.
Yeah.
Boom.
And he loved it. He loved every second of it.
Yeah.
All right, we're back in 5 minutes. That movie, hey, that's the first that style of movie I ever watched in my life.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
And you said you're going to watch more.
Bingo.
What style is that?
I'm not, because I watched the Super Bowl of that style of movie.
True.
Kurt Warner's joining us next week, AJ.
That's right.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
First time I'll be talking to him since watching the movie. Can't wait for that.
They're making a sequel about the year they lost the Super Bowl to the Steelers.
Are they really?
The Patriots, I thought.
They should be. If they're not, I think we should. You know, I think they could get some funding for it already because that was a smash at the box office.
I've never seen that style of movie before. First time ever watching it. Had real feelings. Did the whole roller coaster. Didn't know that that's what I was signing up for, but I supported it because it's Kurt Warner, former player, very nice to us on the show. Watched it, said okay. Wasn't what I thought it was. Good movie though.
You said you were going to watch The Batman.
That's right.
It's on HBO
Yeah,
now.
it's
HBO.
You're
I'll
like, all right.
save you the time, Pat.
Is it terrible?
No, I liked it. There is no way in hell you will watch that movie, or it's long.
The
It
Batman movie?
Yeah,
with
it is
bald
long.
pads.
It is
Yeah,
dark.
but I'm a Bruce Wayne guy.
Exactly. And this
No, you're
is
not.
Huh? I'm not wearing hockey pads. I'm with it, dude. I know the fucking game.
Is it good? Is it good? Do people like it?
I really enjoyed it. I liked it a
as
lot,
well.
but it's it.
But have you seen all of those kind of movies, though?
Yeah. But if you like Batman, I mean, Pat's seen the other Batman movies, so he might have some interest in it. But it is 3 hours long.
Oh, Jesus.
2 hours and 56 minutes.
All right, cool.
take
cool. Yeah,
up
we'll
on
put that
that.
next week. Next week.
Yeah.
It's like Titanic.
Hey, Titanic really changed the game there.
Yeah.
King Kong.
That came out of
3
nowhere.
hours in the theater.
King Kong was worth it, though. I love that.
Yeah.
King Kong was it 1981?
All right, we're back in 3 minutes. There's new ones, please.
Come on, wait.
Please, welcome to the modern world, dude. They're actually in 3D
I haven't
graphics.
seen many of those. You know that.
We're back in 3. See you then. Amanda Serrano, badass, joins us. Our fight next week is being heralded as one of the biggest of all time. The first ever women main eventing Madison Square Garden or something.
Right.
Wow. Awesome. Can't wait to chat with her about it and more on the other side of the break.
Hello, my name is Evan Fox, and I am a Lions fan.
he loses.
Biggest joke of a franchise ever, dude. Your team blows.
Lions fucking stink.
Oh, shut up, Fox. Lions fucking stink.
The Lions fucking stink, Foxy. Get out of town.
Get out of here with that Lions bullshit, Foxy.
Lions fucking stink, bro.
Foxy, dude. Download FanDuel Sportsbook. The Lions are 11-6 against the spread.
Not sticky at all, these gloves. Yeah! Did you see that? That's what I thought. Not sticky at all, these gloves.
Man, you grab
Not
that.
sticky at all. Yeah! These gloves are just like so slick. They're so slick, it's hard to catch stuff. Shit! It's so difficult to catch stuff. I don't know how these kids are doing it. You know, I have no idea what's going on.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
while being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat
What the fuck are
McAfee
you
Show
doing?
starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to that show, hour 3 on this Thursday, April 21st, 2022. Shall begin right there. Yeah! Did you hear the official start point?
Oh, yeah.
It was when that beat dropped down low from way high. Joining me on my left, your right, AJ Hawk. What an absolute legend.
Baby, AJ.
Champion of Super Bowl, a champion of college
Champion.
football, a champion of Ryder Cup, a champion of COVID.
Yeah.
Wow.
Champion.
Just an all-around champion.
All around champion.
Way to go, AJ.
Big time champion.
Yep, thank you. I'm excited to have champion Amanda Serrano on here next.
Yeah, well, she'll be here momentarily, obviously. We appreciate every time you do that. At Ty Schmidt is here. At Boston Connor is here.
Can't tease it. What if someone just tuned in?
Well, I mean,
They'll find out here.
about 45 seconds, these things are getting figured out in the
A
back.
big boxing fan tuned in. All of a sudden, hey, boom, we got him on the hook now.
Yeah, but like also 45 seconds probably was going to happen anyways. You knew that I was legitimately stalling so that we can get it set up in the back. You knew
I didn't know that.
What's your fucking
Every time
deal?
you do it every single time. Talks the tables here. At Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor is here. One half of the hammer, Dahn. Cowboys, Tone Diggs is here. And I know why you were antsy, AJ, because just like you, I'm excited to chit chat with our next guest. First time joining us, and also a part of the first time women have main evented headline Madison Square Garden next weekend. 42 fights, 41. 1 and 1. That would be 43, I guess. 66% knockout rate. Baddest woman of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, Amanda Serrano. Yeah! What's up?
Hi, guys.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. It's an honor to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
No, we are lucky to have you on here. Shout out to FanDuel. Shout out FanDuel.
Yes.
Hey, we're 2 weeks out right now. We're about a week and a half out. Where's your headspace at? Where's your mindset at? We know you're from Puerto Rico by way of Brooklyn. So, hey, Madison Square Garden, let's go. This is a fucking big deal. How are we feeling? How's the headspace?
I'm feeling anxious. I want to get it over with. I'm looking forward to May 1st, being the undisputed champion and having this fight done with. I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm pumped, and I just can't wait for the 30th.
Do you care? Do you care how you win and what it looks like, or do you just want to get a victory?
Nope, a win is a win, no matter how. A win over Katie Taylor is a great accomplishment. She's undisputed, undefeated. So I'm gonna get the win by any means necessary.
How did you get into boxing? Because I feel like boxing is getting a massive resurgence because of a person you do business with and his brother. The Paul brothers have really brought boxing back, I think, into the mainframe. You've been doing this obviously for a long time and been dominant for a long time. How'd you get into boxing, and how do you feel about the state of boxing right now?
Well, I got into boxing because my sister, she started. She's also a former world champion. And she started, and I was her number one fan. I was a babysitter. I worked at the gym. My brother-in-law, which is my trainer, he introduced us to boxing. And it took me a while to get into it. I saw the struggle she had. Female boxing wasn't. It just started. Making noise. And I decided when I was 18, I said, you know what, let me try it. And I did. And they try to discourage me not to do it, but it blew up in their face because look at me now.
Oh, that's amazing.
But yeah, I'm excited. The way women's boxing is growing so much. We have tremendous talent in the sport right now. And look, we're breaking barriers. You have two of the best pound-for-pound females going at it. April 30th, first time MSG headlining. So I'm excited.
You're fighting Katie Taylor out of Ireland, I believe. And Eddie Hearn described this as Mayweather-Pacquiao for the women's fighting division. What are you expecting from her? Are you guys friends? Were you friends before? Do you know each other? How is the relationship, and what are you expecting from her?
No, we're good friends. The difference between me and Katie Taylor, we respect the sport of boxing. This is not an easy sport. We know it's a business. We understand it's a business. So me and Katie are like the two girls that don't talk bad about any of our opponents. Like, we will shake each other's hand and we acknowledge each other. We have nothing bad to say about each other. We're both accomplished fighters. So on April 30th, I'm going to dislike her very much. I just want it to be over with. But I'm pretty sure she's thinking the same thing. And but I'm excited, and I know she's excited too. Finally, both pound for pound fighters. It's been years in the making, and it's happening April 30th.
Do you ever have moments during fights where you I would assume amateur boxers that aren't very good, where they just lose it and they freak out and they get mad and they start throwing wildly? Do you ever have any moments like that, maybe when you were younger?
Oh yeah, I was known as the Water Boy when I first started boxing. That was my nickname. My trainer and my sister, it was like, oh, you look just like the Water Boy. Because once I get hit, I go, oh, like Bobby Boucher. But I've learned as a professional that you have to, maintain everything. There's times where I still want to do it, but then my coach is like, just relax.
Yeah, what are you trying? What's the headspace before the fight? We listening to music, we having a good time. Are we trying to get super angry because we hate this woman that we actually like in person? What do you do before the fight?
Well, I'm listening to the music. I have my team there,
Oh, what music? What music we listening to? What music?
Oh, I'm listening to reggaeton, to salsa, to hip hop. All the stuff that gets me going. Oh, yeah. And I have my trainer. My trainer, he's super intense, and he gets angry really easy. So I feed off of him. Like during fight night, fight week, he gets really intense, and I'm like, but I feed off of it. And then I go in there and I go like a crazy woman, and I get victories.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I just go in there a crazy woman. I beat the hell out of people. I knock them out 66% of the time. Have you boxed in the Oculus yet? Have you done any boxing in the Oculus?
No, I haven't. No. That's the game, right?
Yeah. Do you think if this guy does like the Oculus, he thinks he's a boxer and he thinks he can go into a gym and
That is not true. That is not true.
But you're an
Is there any
amazing
carryover?
wrestler. You are an amazing wrestler. I saw you. Congratulations at WrestleMania.
Thank
You
you.
did a hell of a job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Fuck
Amazing
you.
guy.
Thank you. That was not you. That was the over top of you.
You beat the guy's name right off of him.
Well, yeah, he did. Now he's just theory, by the way. Thank you for that love, champ. Thank you for that love.
No problem.
I appreciate that. No, there's everybody I think is interested in boxing now. Much more people are getting interested in boxing, both for cardio reasons and because of content game. There's a lot of boxing happening in the content world. We live in a content world. So the Oculus has this fight game where I'm in there throwing 500 punches against, some British guy who happens to be the champion. He just has to fucking eat it right every once in a while. But I feel like the workout is insane. I just wanted to know if there's any similarities to that in actually having the fear of getting punched in the actual face, which I do not have in the Oculus.
It's a big difference when you're getting punched right back and you feel those punches.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah,
I guess the workout is there. I've done it with the PlayStation, with the VR, and you know, you get tired and you think you're going in there and trying like to knock the person out for real. But it's a big difference when you're getting punched in the face.
How's training? Do you get after it in sparring sessions? Do you have?
Oh, all the time. I spar with men, predominantly men. I mean, the only girl sparring I get is with my sister, and she's just as tough as me. And she's like, you're still my little sister, so she still tries to give me the business. But I'm always sparring with men. I brought someone down from Puerto Rico, Jason Velez. He was giving me the business for 3 weeks. And yeah, it's never easy in sparring. I love fighting because when there's a girl in front of me, I'm like, you're not the boys, you're not the men.
Ah, okay. Makes you feel a lot more confidence going in there. Are you fighting today? How often do you fight? What is all the way up until fight night next weekend?
Well, I have one more sparring session. I believe that's tomorrow, and that's it, and then until fight night.
Okay. Hey, let's beat the shit out of this
yeah.
dude tomorrow night, huh? Let's go ahead and beat the hell out of him so we're flying high. Go ahead, Ty.
Amanda, you've only lost once, and that was, several years ago. I'm curious, when was the last time in the ring you thought, I might be in trouble here a little bit? Obviously, you expect to win every fight, but does that happen to you very often where, you're actually fighting, you're like, oh, shit, I'm actually kind of in deep water here?
No, never. Even with that loss, I don't think I lost the fight. I mean, it was in the girl's hometown. It was just...
here we go. Oh, this bullshit. We hate it.
But, we train hard, in the gym. There's times where you're like, okay, that you're supposed to feel that way in the gym. In a fight, you're supposed to go 100% confident. Know you put in the work and just make sure that you just secure that victory.
What do you think it's going to feel like making that walk at MSG come fight night?
Yeah, it's gonna be overwhelming. But I'm super blessed that I was able to have my last 2 fights on the undercard of Jake Paul, because those 2 nights were sold out crowds and it was amazing. The crowd was amazing, so I was able to feel that once again. And once I go to the Garden, you're gonna have your people there, you're gonna have her people there booing me. But it's just going to be something incredible, and you feed off the crowd, so it's going to be something really fun.
I think that's quite an advantage, right? Because there's maybe an adrenaline dump there that could add to a little bit of exhaustion in boxing. That's a big deal. I think you having that experience is a huge deal, right? I honestly believe it.
Yeah. I thank Jake Paul for putting me on his card twice, because that crowd was crazy. It was crazy.
Well, I'm sure it's going to be the same exact way next Saturday. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Amanda, are you watching film of Katie before, leading up to the fight? And also, how often do you have to change your styles almost? Because, she's also studying you going into the fight.
Yeah, you know what? Styles makes fights. So she's never fought a girl like me. I've really never fought a girl like Katie. But I don't watch her. My team watch her fight a couple of times. My sparring partners, they watch her fights more than me, so they can imitate her, and they'll bring that in the ring, so I can capitalize on it, or so we can work on it. But I watch her fights live when they're happening, but I never go back and watch them again.
I feel like that's an interesting game. It's worked, by the way. Is that how that's how you've been against everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would we ever change anything?
Yeah. They change because. She's training different for me, and I'm gonna be training a certain way for her. So it's just, you never know. And then, like Mike Tyson said, everything changes when you get punched in the face. So
yeah.
Mike Tyson punched a guy in the face today.
Mike Tyson, that guy learned.
I mean, a guy had a plan on that plane. He was going to get drunk and he was going to say a lot of stuff to the guy in front of him. And
maybe get an autograph.
Maybe get punched. The game changed. Game changed with Mike Tyson today. Do you look ahead on your career and think about anything else, or are you always in the moment just thinking about this fight? Do you have a number in your head on how many wins you want to get to, what you want to accomplish, what you want to do? Have you already done that, or is that not something you would even think about?
No, I believe I got about a year left. I've been professional for 13 years, been fighting for 15 years. I think this is the the cap of the fights, like fighting Katie Taylor. Who do you fight next? Making the money I'm making with Katie Taylor. Who is going to give me that amount of money again? So it's I see myself another year. I'm hoping to one day step in your shoes and become a WWE star.
Let's go! Let's go, dude.
So that's something I'm looking forward to. I've trained a little bit with Amazing Red. So I mean I've dabbled in wrestling. I trained a couple of days, so that was pretty cool.
Do they know this at WWE? They have to. WWE knows this, right, from you?
Well, I mean, I did an interview with the champ Bianca Belair, and I said I wouldn't mind doing a tag team with you.
Oh, here we go. So WWE's hearing this, and they're very excited right now. Amanda, this is good news for everybody, including the WWE. We have one last question for you, if that's okay.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Tone.
Man, obviously headlining MSG. Are you going to come out like dressed as the Empire State Building, or do we not do that anymore after Deontay Wilder said things were just too heavy
40 pounds
for his entrance?
No. I got my outfit getting ready, getting done, and it just no Statue of Liberty.
All right, well, you're going to kill it. Congrats on an incredible 15-year fighting, 13-year professional career. We can't wait to watch you blow the roof off of Madison Square Garden.
Yes.
You deserve it.
Make sure to get your tickets, MSG.com. They almost sold out, and if you can't make it live, make sure you watch it on the Zone. It's free if you're a member. If not, go and subscribe right now. You don't want to miss this fight. It's going to be amazing.
Hey, you almost sold out Madison fucking Square Garden, dude. Think about that. That's
Two
awesome.
Women.
Yay.
2 women.
Let's go.
That's amazing.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
And a big shout out to FanDuel.
Hell yes. Hey, always that. We appreciate you. Good luck. Enjoy yourself. And we can't wait to watch. Ladies and gentlemen, Amanda Serrano. That was a good promo. I was cutting her off. That's on me. I didn't know she was going to continue to go. That is awesome. I'm very happy for her.
And she wants to go into wrestling, too.
They're going to love that. They're going to love to hear that.
Does Bob Backlund still train anybody?
All right.
For real, he's fundamentally sound.
Come on. He is fundamentally sound.
She'll be knee walking into MSG.
Bob Backlund and Mongo.
All right, let's get to a break, please.
How do you do it?
What do you mean? He's one of my favorite wrestlers next to LA Knight.
I thought Eugene was your favorite wrestler.
He thinks of music. He thinks of music. He thinks of the toilet seat boys. He thinks of wrestling. Bob Backlund. I got you wearing a Bob Backlund thing in here.
Sorry, just a legend in the sport. My bad.
He is. Hey, listen. Don't you apologize for it. It is quite interesting because nobody else on earth would ever say it. So I think that is why everybody's always like, of course.
Yeah.
Follow up. WWE would be pumped that Amanda Serrano was there.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable.
She could. Can you imagine her get some, have her wear boxing gloves and have her just be beating people's face up all day?
Why aren't you like the lead booker?
Yeah, holy shit.
Right? You know what? Maybe
you should be lead creative.
All right, we're back in 4 minutes.
I'd be a good writer for the programs.
That's what we're saying. Maybe you should do it.
All right, let them know. Let them know I want to go.
All right, so AJ Hawk wants to be a writer.
Okay.
And Amanda Serrano wants to be a superstar.
There we go.
AJ tried, but he tried to write Bob Backlund every single story, so they kind of told him,
no umbrellas to a brainstorming session. I might get a little chopped out, but no big deal. Good day for WWE.
For sure.
I'll put Dongo in there. Dongo will come back for sure.
It's Mongo, you prick.
No, Fandango.
I don't know him by his short name. I mean,
well,
the
that's
full
on
name.
you. That's on you.
Fandango ends fucking Roman's reign.
What's that, pal?
What if he would write Fandango ending Romans?
Oh, yes, you're 100% right. He would. Dongo would be champion night 1.
Yeah.
AJ Hawk writing.
Yes,
and Bob Backlund's coming in.
Yeah, of course. Tag team titles on his own.
All right, let's get to a break. We'll be back.
Bring old Dongo back.
Hey, big shout out to the champion there for joining us.
Yeah.
She's going to dominate, and I'm so happy for her. It was very nice of her to take time out of her day to talk to us. Also, shout out to FanDuel for obviously making that happen. Awesome. That was very clearly what happened.
Her and her sister, both world champs. Okay. I mean, that's pretty serious.
Could you imagine just fucking with them accidentally one day whenever they were...
I wanted to ask her, you and your sister ever, get into a street fight? And how awesome was that?
Yeah. How quick was that one? Because we see the clips on the internet of people fighting randomly, publicly. Imagine accidentally crossing the Serrano sisters. Just as teenagers, a couple kids, oh, fuck you, or whatever. What was that?
What you say?
Pow, pow, boom, pow. I still think the Oculus,
still translates.
It's ready to go.
All right, we're back in 4, wrapping this beautiful show up that has been nothing short of spectacular in the middle of up to something season.
Hell yeah.
There's been articles written since we have gone live about what I and we are potentially up to, and that's what this season's all about. So here's to it. We'll be back and forth with some phone calls on the 5 Energy phone line and chit-chatting with, maybe the beautiful people that have great energy like Carl from Green Bay.
Hell yeah, Carl.
Carl was great.
He's a great guy.
Yeah. Go Pack, go.
Hope for more of that on the other side, and also some more breaking news, AJ Hawk.
Can't wait. Maybe some calls from Waterloo, Ty's hometown.
Oh, John Wayne Gacy is going to call in.
You
That's
know
right.
what?
4 minutes. We'll
Thank
be
you,
back.
John.
See you then. Now it's time for SmackDown Rumble Championship Weekend.
We just had another Super Boost.
Oh, yeah. What a fucking 3-day run. I'm lucky to live this life, and I'm thankful that you all watch.
Hey, here we go.
Gotta get a no call to quit. Yeah, gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets. Yeah, better move out the way 'cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of it. You might get my home. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out.
Please work with us. Hey, my dude.
Squeeze the button. Yeah. Wow. That's what I was trying to do. All right, well, see you later. Have a good trip. I'm giddy. I am so pumped. It's like the night before the first day of school when you were a kid. I know it's being said that the GOAT of the NFL, Tom Brady, is retiring. Well, the GOAT of the WWE, Roman Reigns, is in his prime at his peak. Hey, happy birthday! Happy birthday! All right, our sources haven't confirmed whether or not Drew McIntyre can be standing up, but come on, Cole! Come on, Cole! Feel it, Cole!
You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out.
Coltrane has gone to the sky.
Sometimes just down, wonder when I'm anxious. Ain't no limit till I tank. I'm running on fumes. The opposition don't amaze. The road switching through the pavement. Get your hands out of my bag. I know that's because I've been in it. Where's that? Guess what happens when you taking care of your business. But some family, you do the math. I'm out of my pocket. You still got a problem. I ain't perfect. Let them.
Oh, fuck you, Pin.
Cole, that is one of the worst of all time.
The worst pours of all time.
And a baby Foxy! Just so everybody knows what he's doing right now.
Chameleon gold and magenta jacket. Big Cuban link, obviously. Good launch, pinky chain. Gold-plated Steve Madden.
When I woke up this morning in beautiful St. Louis, the air smelled better, food tasted better. Tonight, dreams come true, surprises are in abundance. It's Royal Rumble, let's go!
It is an honor to see the man.
Once your ratings get this low, then I'll come to Buffalo.
That's why you're a good guy.
A jackass has entered the Royal Rumble. Jack, great to see Wee Man is still alive after Brock Lesnar put him through a Four Seasons table last night. He is dressed like a jackass, he is a jackass, and he's in the Royal Rumble. He looks good, it sounds good. St. Louis is ready. The alpha male of our species is infuriated. Jump over the rope bed, buddy. You got 2 tours. You got fans, you got music to make. You want to poop your pants immediately? Be in the Royal Rumble when this man is announced. I'm buying all of the depends that they have because Brock Lesnar, after a brutal fight with Bobby Lashley, comes into the Royal Rumble. It is an absolute ass-kicking machine. We just had another Super Boost. Back to back. Back to back. What?
Welcome back to the show here on Thursday, April 21st. Do you want to get to peak productivity?
Yeah, I would.
Well, Roman, today's sponsor, has launched Roman Focus, a nootropic dietary supplement that boosts your cognitive function and brain health. Nootropic.
Oh, yeah.
Nootropic?
Yeah.
Nootropic dietary supplement to boost your cognitive function and your brain health. Sounds like we might need it. A team of Roman's in-house team of doctors obsessively research ingredients to formulate this proprietary blend. The caffeine and L-theanine to support calm energy and concentration, and American ginseng to help promote memory and cognitive function.
Ooh. Let me get some of that.
Seems like we need some American ginseng.
It's good stuff. The Tropics is good stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You're in on this.
Very good.
Just 2 capsules deliver the same amount of caffeine as 1 cup of coffee.
My God. Wait, so is it coffee or is it Focus?
Keep it away from Diggs.
Does it have ginkgo biloba in it?
AJ, stop.
If you're ready to lock in, go to getroman.com/Pat for $15 off your first order. A Roman Focus plus free 2-day shipping, and also information on if there's any
Biloba.
Ginkgo biloba.
in it. That's getroman.com/Pat for $15 off your first order plus free shipping. Make sure you click the link in the description if you're watching here at YouTube. Don't be a dummy.
Come on.
Send us a box.
Click it.
Oh, you're saying Roman needs to send us a box?
Hell yeah.
Like you, huh? You really love this shit? How come you haven't told us about this?
Good.
What's it called? Nootropic?
Nootropics.
Nootropic.
Yeah.
Is it like a trembolone sandwich?
No.
What is it?
Well, Gump loves those trembolone sandwiches.
Roman has new products like every week.
Yeah, that's because they're the greatest men's health brand out there that even has ever come into existence. Sure. Every Throwback Thursday, we learned that Gump loved trembolone sandwiches back in the throwback days.
Yeah.
Really? It's massive neck and huge head friend day.
Exactly.
Yeah. It is.
I need to see some of those.
Oh, it's just a bunch of gorillas up in Canada every Throwback Thursday. Yeah. Oh, the lads. The lads. Yeah.
Gump, that was the group that you were hanging off the side of ships sandblasting with?
Nah, that was just the lads of the lads.
Nice. All those lads soccer players?
I didn't.
You got juiced up soccer players?
Yeah, we're all Trembolone sandwich soccer players. It was quite a crew.
Hey, the longer games used to get them.
Yeah. We went into extra time. We were dead.
It was done. Yeah, you know how.
Yeah, no clock too. No one knows how much extra time.
Yeah,
is.
you know how soccer go. Yeah. All right, let's go to the phones here.
Sports actually fun to watch. Honestly, it really is. The clock situation
it's not.
is
not.
It wasn't for you the other night when you lost to Detroit City.
Soccer town.
Yeah, Columbus Crew lose to AAHL soccer team, Detroit City.
Yikes.
Yeah. Yikes. Columbus Crew takes it
team
out.
in Detroit.
That's right, Detroit. Hey, they're trying to get to the MLS now.
Yeah, they should let them in. I don't know how it works.
They packed the stadium.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Beat the Columbus Crew, dude.
That might have been a high school stadium, but they still packed it.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Bleachers on one side.
No, it's on both.
Oh, okay.
No, folding chairs. Brought them.
Columbus Crew can't be losing Detroit City.
Yeah, you got to wait.
Did they really?
Well,
Yeah,
we've been talking about the MLS being the best league of all the leagues, the league of the leagues,
Mm-hmm.
and talking about how if the Champions League really wants to remain relevant, okay, we've decided, even though Guinness Book of World Records said they're the greatest, if the Champions League wants to be really taken seriously, their champion will play against the MLS champion.
We'll see how they fare against the Portland Timbers.
Can't be losing to USL sides, though.
Bingo.
Or maybe the
How
Seattle
would the
Sounders.
Crew play a minor league team?
It's a tournament where the USL teams play the MLS
America's
teams.
Cup.
I think I played in the USL before.
Yeah, you
The
did.
FA Cup.
Did you play for the River Hans?
The Hans?
No, are they in the USL?
Yeah.
No, I
So the
So is in the
Whitecaps
11, I think.
Vancouver Whitecaps used to be a USL team before they went to the MLS.
Fucking Whitecaps, what a joke.
Well, the Whitecaps ain't playing in the Champions League.
No,
They're
no.
not playing in the Champions League.
Indy 11, yeah.
Indy 11 are in the USL?
River Hans.
That's a great league.
Our indie teams in the U. Come on. Can they please level up to the MLS? What the fuck are we doing?
Get Detroit to the MLS.
I wonder if they'll ever do it like other soccer leagues where they have relegation and promotion.
should.
Like
They should.
Bottom 3 teams go down, top 3 teams go up.
Oh,
It'd be
we
awesome.
could buy a team, put a team together.
Yeah.
Run a team, get that thing in the MLS.
I mean, the Indy 11 owner did promise us 2 MLS Cups in the next decade, so you better fucking get on it.
There's not a lot of, I'm looking at the USL teams, there's not a lot of originality here. Like there's Atlanta United 2, LA Galaxy 2.
Oh, so it's like their bullpen feeder
Yeah.
season.
They need the creativity of AJ to fucking make some more new team names. Go to backyard soccer or something.
Let me hear it. AJ. What's
No. I need to go in the lab and write them down.
Of course. Let's go to the phone call. Let's go to Jonathan in South Carolina. What's going on, Jonathan?
Are there indoor professional soccer leagues still?
Yes, Major Arena Soccer League. We seen a guy with a filthy goal. We didn't know this existed either. There was fans. There was multiple fans there. There was a light show after the goal was scored, and there was a full celebration with a team hug. So camaraderie had been built. They've been around each other for a while. Major Arena Soccer League. Thinking about maybe making that the next goal to play in one of those games. Not a lot of running. Those things are short. It's a lot of ball skill and
It's
big
fun
leg.
to watch.
Yes.
Indoor soccer. There's a Dayton Dynamo, like a professional indoor soccer team where I was growing up. And it was awesome to watch those guys.
We had the Pittsburgh Stingers or something like that. They were an arena league team, and it's basher board, I believe, is how it's described in some places for soccer, where you use the boards and stuff like that. It's awesome.
Does this have something to do with up to something season?
Oh no!
Whoa! No, I'm getting fat, not in shape. Jonathan, South Carolina, we hear you breathing along in this whole conversation. What do you got going on, pal?
Yeah, how's it going, Pat, the boys?
Hey, Jonathan, it's great now getting to hear your voice, pal. I hope everything's okay. What do you want to talk about, man?
Yeah, man, I just wanted to talk about Detroit.
Okay.
Championships won in the last 25 years.
Man.
He's burying
I think
Detroit.
he's saying
It's
they
awesome.
stink.
Yeah,
Detroit fucking sucks.
He was talking shit on Detroit, and for some reason, MCDC cut it off.
Detroit what?
Terrible. He said you guys haven't won anything in the last 25 years.
All sports, he's saying.
Yeah, the whole city.
Just the last decade we've been bad. That's it.
Oh, just 10 fucking years. That's it.
That's all.
What's this guy's fucking deal?
That's a long time.
Yeah.
That's a long time. I am aware that it's been that long.
No, you're not. You're still out here 10-7 in a playoff.
You guys are salty.
This year, we're
10-7.
salty this year. So we're gonna
Here we go. Let's dive into it. The new word or motto for the offseason for the Detroit Lions is salty. SALTY was the shirt that Jared Goff wore to his press conference yesterday, and everybody's assuming that most of these shirts that are team issued that are worn during the offseason, during training camp, are with the team slogans on them so that the players can be reminded of what the mission at hand is all about. Salty is what the Detroit Lions are. And is that because the kneecaps are coming right from the human and there's a little bit of sweat and blood in there? I don't think it's because of what they're gnawing. I don't think it has anything to do with their taste buds. I think it has to do with the fact that they won 3 games last year. And they're a little bit salty about it. Is that what you're thinking, Evan Fox?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Except on my Twitter feed, people are saying this is a shirt from last year. But I don't believe them because we would have seen that and we would have did exactly what we're doing now. And I'd be saying 10-7 playoff win for the Detroit.
So last year they were already salty?
Yeah, it makes no sense, to be honest.
What were they salty about?
I don't know.
Maybe sweat stains, salty sweat stains from working too hard. I just saw the salt on the.
Deuce, you know what I mean, mate? When you're working out, and I'll tell you what, man.
You better be fucking salty, man.
You know that white outline,
that white crust around the sweat spot, salty. Okay, gotta be salty, man.
That's what it is. Yeah, it's not about their mindset at all. It's about earning that salt.
See,
because you earn that salt.
You damn right.
Hell yeah.
I thought it was possible that MCDC just walked in one day and Goff's sitting there smiling, and he said, "Wipe that fucking shit-eating grin off your face and get salty, man."
Oh, okay.
And just left.
You think he reminded him of it, or you think that's how it came to be?
I think that's how it came to be, and then the next day he came in and was like, "You know what? You guys need to get fucking salty," and just threw the box of shirts down. "Come up here and get them. I'm not going to hand them out. All right? It's time to get salty."
But if that was last year, what would this year's theme be?
Saltier, right?
Yeah. We're going to stick with that. This is definitely this year. I don't want a quarterback in the draft anymore. Jared Goff's my QB after seeing this.
Well, he's all in. Look at him. He's gonna earn that salt around the chest, you know, the armpits there.
Right.
Training camp happens on the shoulder pads, you know, gets a little salty on the outside. That's what we're here for. We're here to sweat. What if that is what it is? In my mind, that is 100% what it is. That has to be. Don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, I guess most teams do this, though, don't they? They come up with, like, a theme for the offseason or some, like, word. Or there's always a new shirt that says some kind of phrase on it.
Build the Monster was Chuck's first one. Build the Monster. Build the Monster.
Hell yeah.
That's what
What's
we're
the
doing.
monster? I mean, that's pretty sweet, but what's the monster?
Oh, BTM, dude. Build the monster.
Come on.
When you got to the
Okay.
season, did you release the monster?
Well,
ATM.
we thought the monster hadn't been built yet because we're still early, but we made the AFC Championship or something.
So you
like
did
that.
release the monster at some point.
Well, in the
then we lost
division.
by 50 there. Yeah.
And then monster. You found it run into a bigger monster.
Well, we did have numerous questions going into year 2 if we're still building a monster or not. Build the monster stuck around.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
And then it kind of just drifted away at one point. Just kind of drifted away.
Loch Ness Monster, bottom of the lake somewhere.
Weren't you guys fording the river at one point too?
Yeah, we had grit too. We had the grit chips.
Yeah.
Yep.
We had grit there for a little bit. That was a good time. The grit one was a good time. I enjoyed the grit one.
Yeah.
The grit
Do the
chip.
Patriots do this?
Yeah, do your job.
Do your job.
Do your
dude.
job.
Do their shirts say that though?
I believe so. There's some shirts that
Because
say that.
Patriots never say Patriot like the Patriot way. That's not a thing they use.
No, everybody else uses it to describe them.
Yeah.
But their big thing. Remember, do your job. It was a whole series.
Yeah.
And there's also like background clips that have come out from like the 2000s season or that decade where the whole entire thing's Bill just saying, just do your goddamn job.
So he has one mantra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, just do your job.
It's been like that forever. I thought someone was asking MCDC how he liked his kneecaps.
Salty.
And then from there, it's like, okay, I guess we're eating salt.
Oh,
That could have been it.
Yeah.
So you think then he asked the team because he's got to sell the entire team on this.
Yes.
He's got to sell the entire team on his choice of salt levels on the kneecaps.
Yeah.
We're just spitballing here.
Yeah.
How did he deliver the speech? He say, hey, you know what, man? Douche.
Yeah. Douche. Who likes french
Tried a
fries?
margarita machine.
Yeah.
Dipped the rims in salt and handed them on one, and then went into it.
Hey, there's guys that like it sugary. You know?
Yeah.
I like my margarita salty.
I like Himalayan salt. Let's get salty.
I hope that's on Hard Knocks.
It better be.
You think he put salt in his douches?
Honestly,
He probably brought Salt Bay in for the presentation.
what if that's how he saw it? This guy is a premier. This guy has become world famous and rich from salting things.
Yeah.
Become an expert in your own field. I can see how he sells it. Be salty, man. What if it is fucking Salt Bay? The video.
Guys, hey, you know though, if Salt Bay, if that back door of the team meeting room bursts open and Salt Bay runs down the ramp, that place will go wild.
Bro, him slicing up golden steaks.
Oh man.
And then slowly dropping that into people's mouths. And then he's doing the salt thing. What if MCDC saw that for the first time just a couple weeks ago?
Get me Salt Bay now.
We are salty. Hey,
I hope so.
I'm excited to hear what it could be. A lot of possibilities there. A lot of reasonings behind it. And
Ton.
It is confirmed it was from last year. Yeah. But if no one knew about it, then who cares?
How are we just finding out about it?
I have no idea.
we're a terrible fucking show. Have you heard what we just did? About a year-old motto. I mean, this is a bad.
That's what I want. What's this year? Thirsty? What are you going to put this year?
Peppery.
Hungry.
Yeah.
We got to run it back with Salty, I think.
No, I don't think so. I got you 3 wins. Dude.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah, but
time to
those
toss
last
that
5
one out.
games-
That's
Someone at the
right.
Lions
That's
we
right.
could
Last 5
contact
games.
to see good this year's.
Probably doesn't say anything. It's probably just a outline of a Tostitos chip on their shoulder. And he's like, we don't need to say anything.
That's pretty good.
That'd be sick.
That's pretty good.
Stacking chips, man.
Chippy.
What if each chip that he had on the shoulder was like people's names that said something about him?
Yep.
You know, like here's Stephen A. Smith right here. Here's Skip Bayless right here. Here's the local Detroit press right here. All these people said you guys were terrible. You think Ty Schmidt's maybe a chip on the shoulder of the new era of motto for the Detroit Lions?
I doubt it because I'm just simply saying everything that he has said publicly before. In my eyes.
Oh, you're talking about right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't make fun of the Lions at all ever.
Well, no, because again, when you're a Packers fan, it's kind of like a bug on the windshield type deal.
But you're pumped about the Lions, I think, weekly. Even though I was at a game in Lambeau, Matthew Stafford and Matthew Prater won 30-0.
Yeah.
Changed
Rodgers
the game.
didn't play, though, so it's
He
kind
got hurt second play of the game. What happened there? That was
What did he say happened that game?
Hope it's okay.
They weren't going to the playoffs that year either.
Collarbone or something.
Yeah, he missed a bunch of games, right?
Yeah.
And they came back and played in games that didn't matter.
Pretty much.
How come? Why do people say he's a?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Doesn't get
It's a
talked
good
about.
question.
Actually got a concussion, I believe, in a game that didn't matter.
Yeah. A lot of people think he just did that to get McCarthy shit canned, maybe.
But that was already after.
He was already fired, or he was going to.
Oh yeah, Philbin was the interim
he got
head
fired
coach.
mid-season.
That was before he was immunized too.
Oh,
yikes.
Yeah, but that was long after they had already started hating him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
People already started hating him. Prima donna prick playing in games don't matter at the end of the season under an interim head coach. Yeah,
doesn't care about football.
Gets a concussion, second play of the game. Terrible guy. Hates football. Bad teammate. Let's go to the fence. It's amazing how this shit just happens, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's predictable, I think.
Well, when you got a big ass brain like you got, pal.
No, I mean I'm saying it's not shocking at all. People are always going to feel that way.
Yeah, but you got to remember, like, some people's whole opinions are from what people tell them on television and other shows. And there's people that listen to this show.
Most people's opinion come that way.
Yeah, bingo. They go, hey, who's going to tell me how I'm supposed to feel about this? Bang, I trust this person. That is how I now feel about it. Boom. So that's why it's a big deal whenever, like, for a long time, somebody just gets murdered for being a terrible person and they're actually not, and those things don't get talked about. I think that's a big deal, I think, personally.
Yeah, I mean, it happens all the time, though, unfortunately.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Nope.
Not anymore.
Buck stops here.
That's right. Or on the internet.
Or on the internet.
On the internet. Speaking of, we're up something. Let's go to Jude in Louisville. Hey, Jude. What's going on? Take a bad show and make it better. What's going on, Jude?
Did y'all just come up with that? Like, did you just write that right
Rehearse.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, we actually knew Jude would call
Jude
today.
ever calls in.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Oh, cool, man.
We've been waiting on that
I'm on.
For a long time.
Hey, I just want to say I listen to your show every day during work. It really helps break up the monotony. Awesome job you guys are doing. Whatever this big news that's coming is, more than deserving.
What do you do, Jude?
I work for the government, actually.
Oh, CIA?
Oh,
don't listen.
Nah, but probably.
What
can't
about
get
that
into
alien
any
ship
more
we just
detail.
saw again?
Hey, yeah. So allegedly, The Sun is a newspaper in England that tells tall tales. That's why everybody's tweeting me after I immediately quote tweeted it. But there was a video of a unidentified aerial phenomenon, UFO, flying up out of the sky right next to a plane that's flying 200 miles an hour. And people are saying, oh, that's just an old aircraft with some contrast. Well, how is it flying straight up and down while also hovering at the same speed as the plane that is currently shooting is from? I don't know. Answer that question. And then people are telling me this is 4 years old or whatever. Hey, Jude, you're in the government. What is this? And how many of these are there?
I've got a gun to my head right now.
Jeez. You make us sad. Shout out to Jude, dude. That's why we rehearse stuff like that, though, years in advance.
We have 50 different songs with different names just in case.
We've been sitting on that one, AJ. How come you missed the cue for your time to join in?
I don't know. I just missed it. He probably works for what? Like the BMV or something.
Maybe
Something.
I mean, that's really underselling Jude.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, he didn't want to answer. That's what I'm saying. Either he's in all the way or he's not.
No, that's what we're saying. We think Jude, if he listens to this show, probably at the top.
Yeah,
Is that video old? 4 years old, really?
What's that, pal?
Is that video really 4 years old that you showed?
Everybody underneath my tweet had answers on what it was, debunked it, and also said it was 4 years old. Yeah. I had not seen it 4 years ago. I'd never seen this one, and I feel like I'm pretty dialed into the UFO internet stuff. But obviously, that's the single-handed go-to to, debunk this type of thing.
Why don't people want aliens? Well, I mean,
Just a
I
weather
know
boy.
why I don't want aliens, but
Well, I think just because what we were just talking about, you go right to whoever you trust opinion-wise, and then you just take their marching orders.
Yep.
So if they're like, oh, that was fireworks that happened for a celebration, people are like, oh, Miss Laura wouldn't lie to me on the whatever.
No.
And then just boom, that's what they think. And then they get so connected to that there is no other thought out there. It's actually come to, I think, a real head in the last 2 years with the politics game where, hey, how am I supposed to feel about this, even though it doesn't seem reasonable that I'm going to feel the way that I'm about to feel? I didn't feel about that originally, but now that you've said it, I actually can't feel that way. And then on this side, oh, I don't really fucking believe this at all, I don't think, but yeah, it makes sense because if I don't say that, then something else is going to happen too, right? Yeah, and that's what we don't want, yeah. And then these people who don't even really have their own thoughts or their own real opinions being stated are just yelling at each other. And then it goes to the next one, and then we just do the same thing over and over again.
Yep.
And that's probably what happens with the aliens. The people have just like kind of...
because they're afraid.
I mean,
No, it's because I think they've probably been told by somebody that they trust that it isn't a real thing. And those people that tell them that are much smarter than us, by the way. So maybe we should trust those people too.
I'm trying to be better at that. I'm trying to be more of a free thinker. I'm normally just think whatever you're told to think. Okay.
Yeah, you're quite a chameleon, people would say.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you became a cowboy because you watched Kevin Costner be a cowboy gangster.
I need another season.
Well, yeah, and you better hope Mad Men doesn't come out. Kevin Costner better hope another season of Mad Men doesn't come out in between the next edition of Gangster Cowboys, because Tone Diggs will go right back to ad sales.
That's right.
He will go right back to whiskey drinks every single night at speakeasies.
Cowboy take is running low.
Is it? Oh, no.
Especially now that
weather,
COVID's dead.
Well, and the weather is breaking too, so like it's hard to wear boots with, shorts.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what's next. It could be anything.
Literally, he's growing his hair out right now. That could be a good setup for whatever's coming next.
Could be.
Chris Angel.
Ooh.
Are you in on a Chris Angel binge right now?
Magician Tone.
I don't watch a lot of Chris Angel, so it'd be tough.
Yeah, right.
I don't believe in them.
Let's get your wife on the line and see what she says.
You don't believe in Chris Angels?
I'm a pretty anti-magic guy.
No way.
Come on.
Tony.
They're illusions.
Bro, that is very
I
disappointing.
don't want my mind to be tricked for a fucking career, okay?
What about Freaked, bro? That's what Chris Angel
As you
does.
know, my mind is very unstable and very weak. I don't like it to be fucked with.
I enjoy it so much. I am a massive fan of magic. If there's a good magic show in the city that my wife and I are in, very good chance I'm going to
One guy I've ever liked, Carl Magic.
CM Magic.
What's a C or a K?
C.
Is he a Pittsburgh legend?
No, Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach legend. How did you get tied in with this guy?
Met him in Myrtle Beach. He fucking killed it. When I say I go to magic shows, I will go to a magic show.
Wait, was he just hanging out randomly by a pool drinking Busch Light or what?
At some point, probably.
Kinda. I mean, he was on the he was down near the strip of where they have a strip area with a bunch of bars and stuff like that.
Beach.
And at the beginning of it, I think there's a comedy club and magic club right at the beginning. And I believe I was in there having a good old time, and he was doing some magic on stage. And then we seen him around the area doing magic at like the bars, and they were very good. And it was like, all right, well, here's our magician from now on. Yeah. And it's Carl Magic.
Broadway at the Beach, probably. I think it's one of them. Maybe.
What about the
Center
Masked
Frogs,
Magician? Did you ever watch that show growing
Yeah,
up?
but I didn't like how it exposed the art.
I know, but it was kind of fascinating to learn.
It was, because they were willing to do whatever.
Oh, yeah.
No, I like the guys that we had on the show.
Big Trick Energy.
Big Trick. There we go. Yeah.
John Dorenbos, by the way, I have to give him love when we're talking about magic.
That dude is good.
Very, very talented. Very, very talented. Great host on the FanDuel Super Bowl Showdown Spectacular.
David Copperfield.
Oh,
legend.
Yeah.
I still have no idea how Carl did the John Daly trick.
Which one?
On the New Year's show. He somehow went back in time and pulled up a John Daly tweet.
Oh, yeah.
It was something insane. I can't remember exactly how it happened, but
Oh, yeah.
That's magic.
That's
Dude
Carl
out in
Magic.
Tahoe's legit magician there every year. Matt Furman. He's a stud. He was on Hard Knocks with Rex back in the Jets.
Dude, I fucking I get captivated by it. It might be because the vitamins I enjoy, and I
You'll
just
love him. He comes table to table in the little tent, and he has new tricks every year. But they're all unbelievable.
That's how I met Dorenbos. I showed up at a golf event, rather boozed up and probably a bit twisted if I had to guess. And they said, hey, the whatchamacallit starts in like 2 hours. You showed up at a terrible time. The round just got done or something, 2 hours. In the room in there, though, John Dorenbos doing magic. And I said, I don't do magic, dude. All right, thanks, bro. Where's the bar? Are we having a good time here? And I go in there, and John Dorenbos, 2 hours. I sat there and just watched this fucking guy do things with his hands that I could have never imagined. I think somebody got up at one point, walked 20 yards, lifted up a pot, grabbed a card out from underneath it, had their autograph on it. I'm like, whoa, mind blown. I was pretty sober there for a little bit at the end of it. I was all the way back in. John Dorenbos captivated me one day.
We were just tweeted by a guy who said was at the show that you did at the Carolina Comedy Club.
Yeah.
Didn't make it. Unfortunately, didn't.
What's that?
The club didn't.
Carl Magic's dead?
Oh, the club's dead?
Oh.
Magic Club?
They should have Carl Magic up every night.
They should have.
What helped?
How many magic clubs are out there that are open?
Not enough.
we just lost a good one.
You ask me.
Yeah.
Bottom line, we need more.
Let's go to the phones. Let's go to Doug in Waterloo, Iowa. John Wayne
Watch your
Gacy.
basement.
Don't buy it. Don't
What's
buy
going
it.
on, Doug in Waterloo, Iowa?
Check your crawl space, bud.
How you doing?
Keep it moving. Waterloo, how's it going?
Absolutely, going great. It's a beautiful day in Waterloo. Wanted to call because both former Ohio State receivers Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave have been quoted on saying they would love to be reunited with Justin Fields with the Chicago Bears. Do you think it would be worth it for the Cubs or for the Bears to trade in the first round to select one of those receivers? Get a Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase type connection.
Oh, I like where your head's at. Fascinating. Just need a couple quick follow-ups before AJ and the boys dive into your question there about the Ohio State relationship being rekindled in Chicago. Have you ever been to the KFC that John Wayne Gacy started and ran the first meal and the afternoon meal and was the first chef for?
I actually have not, but I drive by it pretty much every day. So
Is there a plaque out front?
Maybe I'll have
Is there a walk
What's
of
that?
Is there a walk of fame of all the man of the years of Waterloo, Iowa? And is there a John Wayne Gacy plaque anywhere?
I heard it's like a Jopa statue.
No.
There is not. There is.
Doug, did you vote on the man of the year this year, and who was in the running?
Ooh, I voted
Jeff
for the man
Dahn.
of the year, but he was not in the running.
So this guy was actually a voter of the man of the year.
This guy's
you
full of
all
shit.
vote. You all vote. The
Wow.
entire city votes.
No, you have to be a
We
member of
knew
the
it.
Waterloo JCs. I never was, and I'll tell you what, they're a bunch of weirdos if you look at what they were doing with
This
Gacy.
guy was a fan of the show.
That's fine. I also don't buy that guy's from Waterloo.
What?
Why not?
I don't know. I just don't buy it.
You didn't like his vibes? He didn't have any serial killer, murder, bury people in the basement type vibes?
I mean, people from Waterloo don't have those vibes, okay?
No one did.
John Wayne Gacy, who, is from Illinois, born in Illinois, lived in Illinois, killed in Illinois, but somehow these fuckers who made this show decided to put the screen capture up. Hey, I'm John Wayne Gacy. I'm from Waterloo, Iowa. This fat sack of shit lived there for a couple years, invented the double down, got out of town, then killed all of his victims. So don't say he's from Waterloo. He's not. And Doug, I don't think you're from Waterloo.
Doug had a Waterloo accent, though.
But where did he bury the bodies? What state?
Illinois, in the crawl space, in his house.
We caught him.
What river?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not from fucking Illinois. You'd have to ask Zeke.
He threw some of.
Oh,
the
yeah,
bodies
yeah.
into-
But how many bodies did he bury in Iowa underneath the corn?
So many.
I mean,
He didn't
We need a
live
couple
near the
guys
corn.
digging his basement
Residential.
for him.
That's why I dug him in.
What a wild situation there.
Put him in the.
I mean, we were past that, by the way. We were never going to talk about that again.
No.
Like, actually turned full babyface on Waterloo. Felt bad for the things that we had to mention because of that last documentary.
And
or
you
whatever.
still should.
Thank you, John.
Because it's
Waterloo
just not
Gacy.
right what you're doing.
Where was he?
What I'm doing, Nick found this. Nick, did you Photoshop this?
No, that was straight
Oh,
from
no,
the
he
TV.
said it. He said it.
Are you sure? So is John
Once again, you guy's not from Waterloo. We do not claim Waterloo, and we're sick and tired of the filmmakers fucking giving our nice town a bad name. I've had it.
We're missing a fact, though, that he was first sentenced in Waterloo, Iowa, and then was let out of jail in Waterloo, Iowa.
That's wrong.
Wow.
He went to jail in Anamosa at the state penitentiary, Tony. So don't fucking try to
When he
muddle
was a-
the case.
When he
in
was
here,
a
okay?
teenager, he was convicted of sodomy in Waterloo.
No,
Iowa.
no. He
Whoa.
sodomized a teenager when he lived in Waterloo. Okay,
So he
get
got
your
out
goddamn
of
facts straight,
Breaking
Tony.
news.
How'd they let him out after that?
When Jeffrey Dahmer was a child, he spent 4 years of his childhood in Ames, Iowa.
Hey, you know what? That checks out. Ames, home of Iowa State University. Okay. That checks out a little bit.
Go Cyclones.
All right. By the way, we are talking about very terrible people here.
Yeah.
And it is a shame that Waterloo is being immediately
Yeah.
linked to John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah, I'm sick of it.
Let's go to the phone.
Where else are we going to link him to?
Well, especially
Des
whenever that's
Plaines,
what,
Illinois, or Chicago.
yeah, but what about him saying this? Like,
Yeah, he said I'm from Waterloo.
Yeah, he's a sack of shit. I mean, you can't believe anything this guy says. You kidding me?
yeah, you're right. You're right. He's a liar.
He's a liar.
He's a murderer.
He's a murderer.
He's a pedophile.
He is a pedophile.
From Waterloo.
No.
His words.
No.
Let's go to Tyler in Illinois, not where John Wayne Gacy said he was from. What's going on, Tyler?
Hammer down.
Dahn.
So I got COVID this week. So,
no,
you're
and-
fucking lying.
Hang up through the phones. Hang up.
There would be a time.
And
couple years back.
so I've been thinking. So you got Usain Bolt and Joe Chestnut, right? You have they're going to run a 100-meter dash, but before they start running, you have to eat a hot dog first. Who wins?
One hot dog?
Just one.
Usain Bolt wins by 30 seconds in the 100 over.
What is one
so
hot dog?
How long does it take Usain Bolt to eat a hot dog before he can take off? I think is what he was trying to mention.
He's a big guy. I think Usain
I mean,
Bolt wins
probably
either way.
not that long.
Yeah.
Well, Joey Chestnut though, he gets rid of that hot dog immediately.
I know.
He starts running. How far does he get before Usain Bolt can get that entire thing down? Not a bad question.
Is it like you just have to stop and eat the hot dog so he could run the whole race and then eat the hot dog at the end?
I think it's eat then run.
Okay.
Finish it and run. They're saying because Joey Chestnut
Can't
can finish
run
him
and
so
eat at the
fast.
same time.
No.
So the Mario Kart.
Doesn't matter, by the way, if it's at the beginning or the end. Can't run and eat at the same time. I think is what he was saying. I got Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
Yeah. No doubt about it.
Yes.
I think it's closer than we think, though.
I think so too. Because that hot dog's gone. He's running while Usain Bolt is taking one bite.
Yeah.
Does he get to dunk it in water?
If he wants, yeah, I think.
200 yards.
Chris Mad Dog Russo will have the answer. He's next.
Wow.
Yeah, let that one breathe a little bit. I really let that one breathe a little bit.
Yeah. Wait, is he one of the founders of KFC? Is that what you guys said?
No, just the double down.
Yeah.
Most famous sandwich, most illustrious.
No, the Chicken Little is the most famous sandwich. Come on.
You were saying that for a little bit, that's what he created there for a while.
What, the Double Down or the Chicken Little?
The Little.
Chicken Little. I think.
Yeah, I was wrong about the Chicken Little. The
You
Double
looked
Down.
into it.
I did.
Was he killing people back then when he was working at KFC?
No, he was not.
That's why Dave Thomas left and started Wendy's. He was sick of
Dublin,
killing.
Ohio.
I don't think that's true. I
Who's
can't
Wendy?
corroborate
His
that.
daughter?
Yep.
Yeah.
She had a commercial a few years back.
Wendy?
Hey, I had a Wendy's run there for a while.
Oh, yeah.
JBC's with the nuggets was great.
They're so
Spicy
good.
nugs.
Oh, yeah.
That,
Oh, yeah.
Got that bucket of 50.
They had, they had a run with me.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why'd we stop? Anybody remember why we stopped Wendy's?
When did you stop?
Well, the one out by the airport, people just stopped showing up for work there because we would go there all the time, and then there would just be like a sign that says like, "We're not working today."
No,
So
understaffed.
yeah.
Sorry.
Can't get your nugs or your JBC because we don't have enough people to make either or those. But we do have enough people to put this sign up.
Yes.
The one on 286 was top of the line, so I assume after that.
In my head, that was the Wendy's I went to.
Correct.
God, they had great nuggets.
Frosties.
Unbelievable.
That was a former Miami Subs.
Yeah,
Still do.
Exactly.
Do you still do the Wendy's right now with the kids?
My kids love Wendy's, yeah.
AJ, when you get a Frosty, do you get chocolate or vanilla?
I think a true Frosty is only chocolate.
And you dip your fries in there?
My kids do. I never got into that. I don't like Wendy's fries. I never did.
Yeah, I'm not a big Wendy's fries or McFlurry.
Too mushy. I need back like McDonald's fries. Now those the crispy things I can handle.
Too much potato in the Wendy's fries, you're saying?
Yeah, it's like floppy and weird.
Too much mashed potato in that one. Yeah.
They're always hot and ready now, though.
Well, that's what I thought.
completely
Speaking of
different.
mashed
Salt.
potatoes, I'm happy we got to
Completely
this.
different.
Did you have mashed potatoes just like last weekend?
What is this
Not
about?
that I can think
How
of.
disgusting were they? And how jealous of my French fries were you that I was just sitting right in front of you, housing right to the face?
No, I don't remember eating mashed.
What was the main
last
dish?
weekend,
It was a chicken parm sandwich.
which was delightful.
Some people love mashed potatoes. What's
You
wrong
ordered
with
a
that?
chicken parm sandwich with mashed potatoes.
I did not know.
One of the
he did.
sides.
Yeah, he did.
As someone
One
who
of the
loves mashed potatoes and chicken parm, you did not combine those two.
You're a madman.
No, you mashed potato people were all about mashed potatoes
sure,
whenever.
sure.
Not with
Yeah.
chicken parm.
There are
No,
no
chicken
rules. There are no rules to my life. I live a lawless life. So if I want mashed potatoes with my chicken parm, I don't care if I'm having fucking eggs, okay? And there's mashed potatoes, I'll eat them.
No, you didn't though. You actually didn't.
I forced them down my throat, but
They were terrible. They were disgusting.
there was
You
no
said-
butter. I asked for butter.
No, they were actual mashed potatoes, not the things you put on top of it to make mashed potatoes taste good.
This is mashed potatoes with the skin still in them, and clearly the way that it was in the bowl, I could tell they just got a big gallon-sized jug sitting down there with pre-made mashed potatoes. They take that little fucking bowl, they scoop it in, they take a knife, they cut all the shit off the top, which is damn near the best part of the mashed potatoes, and they put it on the plate.
So, the presentation is the problem. What a
Presentation was
fucking
bad.
joke.
The taste was bad. There was a lot of things wrong.
It had pulp in it. It had a little bit of crunch.
Exactly.
Was it
I don't
the-
mind
the
a
red
little bit
ones?
of crunch.
The red potatoes? Was it red?
There was red potato skins
that's
in
what I
it.
mean,
And I know I didn't like that.
Was it supposed to be fries and you ordered mashed potatoes?
No,
it could have been fries.
I said I'll have
This was
chicken
actually a
parm
big
sandwich.
thing, obviously.
You're the worst orderer of all.
It's not true. It's not true because the chicken parm sandwich was delightful.
No, just remember that as soon as the mashed potatoes get presented in conversation, there's a full conversation now.
Yeah.
So he almost feels obligated to order the mashed potatoes, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to eat the mashed potatoes." They get there, they were by far the worst thing on the entire fucking item because they're mashed potatoes. That's why.
I don't know about that. Honestly, the reason I didn't eat them all is because the nachos were just so goddamn delicious.
Yeah, I'm surprised you weren't licking them up off the floor, you Mick bastard.
Well, not to get lost. The nachos or the mashed potatoes?
Excuse me.
Well, I thought we were busting balls here.
I don't think you're allowed to. I don't think you're allowed to do
busting
that.
balls.
We are busting balls, but only us Micks can be busting Mick balls. You hear me?
2.5%.
God, I forgot about that. That's quite a development. I don't say that other thing, though.
No. It's very nice of you.
Well.
What were you saying in that video?
What are you talking about?
Whoa.
He didn't say anything.
I didn't say anything. I said Fago
What
Pop.
what were they beeping?
Well, that's just movie magic.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I didn't actually. Whenever you guys play that, I can't even hear anything. All I see is Kato doing the old Spider-Man deal the whole time.
Kato Kalin was ball energy.
Absolute lightning rod.
He was ball energy, that guy.
Never turn it off.
What a life.
Yeah.
What a life Kato Kalin is.
What's he do now?
I don't know.
Crush it.
I don't know. Yeah.
Dominant social medias.
Yeah.
He hasn't
Slay.
talked to OJ since.
He's got married.
Oh, nice.
All these things are happening. Kato's killing it. Yeah. Let's go to the fence. They call him actual. No, all right. Let's go to Matt in Michigan.
You talking about fucking crowd and coke?
No. Canadian Charlie. Let's go to Matt in Michigan on the 5 phone line. What's going on, Matt?
Hey, how you doing?
Keep it moving.
And how's the family, huh? Gobble
See, we had that one on deck for a good 2-3 months waiting on the right time.
So my question is for Pat and AJ, you know, the draft coming up. What was it like for you guys leading up to the draft and, you know, like things you guys were going through and your whole thought process and your mindset going into it, knowing like you guys were about to change?
Hey, shout out, Matt. Appreciate you calling in, bud. Mine was probably vastly different than AJ's. AJ, I assume you knew you were going to get drafted. I did not know. I had no idea. I was trying to figure out what plan B might have been aside from a pill for a large portion of the draft. Thought I was going to get drafted to Dallas Cowboys. They drafted David Bueller out of USC instead. There was no other team that told me they were going to draft me, so it was a nightmare. To be honest, I was boozed up pretty heavily. We were having a good time, then we had a bad time, and then it became a oh no time, and then it became a we don't like school or anything else really. What the fuck am I going to do? And then I got a call from Bill Polian and dreams came true. Now, AJ, number 5 overall, I assume that there was a little bit of anxiety for you going into the week or no?
I mean, honestly, not really. Just because I was still in school, I was all over the place. You have to take I was taking visits. And then the week before the draft, there was that week, starting that Monday, you couldn't take any more visits, which I was very happy for because I was still going to class. So, but also at the same time, I knew I can't do anything about any of this. Anything that I could have done has passed. Like I already met with the teams, already worked out at the combine, pro day, whatever. So I had no clue, and I had no idea what was going to happen.
At West Virginia, we didn't have a lot of guys that made to the NFL. It wasn't like it was a pipeline at the time. So I think I was vastly underprepared for that draft weekend. It was.
Were you back in
me.
Pittsburgh?
Yeah, it was probably me, by the way, not listening when people were talking or whatever, but. That whole process, I feel like looking back, I didn't know shit about any of it. Like I had no idea.
Nobody does. Like I was super naive to all of it. I'm glad I was.
Yeah, I think so. I think me too, because you would address it differently. But that was quite a wave of emotions there that draft weekend. I thought it was all over. Oh no! And then me and my dad have a moment where we hug after the entire situation where I get drafted. And Mel Kiper's in the background burying me. Somebody mute the television,
please.
Then we go down to Pugliano's.
Of course.
And everybody drinks.
Smart.
The whole town drank, and then we tried to learn how to punt the next day. It was quite a day. It's quite a draft time. What a moment there. 5th overall had to be so much fun. Did you hop on a plane immediately afterwards?
I mean, not a private plane. I drove to Cincinnati. They're like, yeah, you got a flight out of Cincinnati at 4 p.m. So did that. Yep. They don't have a plane in Green Bay.
Well, they got $200 million worth of real estate investments every fucking year. They can't have a goddamn plane to fly players in after they draft them or trade for them.
Hey,
Yeah.
don't look at me. I've been
What
saying for
type
a
of-
long time, hey, we need to get this fucking done, okay? All right. I'm sick of it.
Who would make that decision? Mark Murphy?
Yeah, I don't know.
Murphy wasn't there at the time.
Ted Thompson.
Ted, yeah, they don't have an owner, so they don't have a plane. I didn't expect that. They said, hey, how far is Cincinnati Airport? And I was like, hour and 15 probably from where I was. And they said, all right, you got a flight at 4. Or whatever it was.
Jeez, real first class
At
operation.
least it was
they're
direct.
running, huh?
At least that made it direct. If it was flying out of Columbus or Dayton, it wouldn't have been direct.
Man. That's a long time ago. Okay, so we won't talk about it, but it's the NFL.
Yeah, hopefully times have changed.
When are we going to get an owner for the Packers, by the way? It would help you guys immensely.
Never.
It would help the Packers immensely. You keep the fans having shares or whatever, but you should get at least another owner, I think, to have a seat at the table when everything's. You think Mark Murphy opens his mouth and any of those other owners say, "Oh, that matters"? No way.
Nope.
No way.
Well, you kind of been able to just get past it because they've had Favre right into Rodgers, but it'll be interesting to see also like what happens to the Packers franchise in general when Rodgers isn't there anymore and they don't have one of the best players in the league. Like it will be very interesting.
No, maybe you'll get another one.
Yeah, like Mac Jones.
That's
We'll
the
just get
hope.
a Mac Jones.
Yeah, he's gonna,
That's
just
the
like
hope.
Peyton, Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
It's worked out well so far.
It's going to happen again.
Yeah. Jordan Love still might be a guy. Jordan can sling it.
Yeah, Jordo got a lot better from the first time we saw him.
Yeah. Jordan's a good player.
Kirk Benkert's back.
Let's
Okay,
go.
let's go.
Yeah.
He's yoked right now.
He is
Yeah.
jacked. I saw a
Yeah.
picture of him in the weight room.
Shredded.
He's working.
Yeah.
That guy's getting after it, AJ.
Well, Zito actually a little bit ago sent me a picture of Goomp and all of his juice ball buddies. Who the hell are you hanging out with, Goomp?
Yeah, those
guys are all jacked.
Trembolone Sandwich Club.
Yeah. The lads, AJ. What's
Those
your
just
deal?
the lads you grew up with, or what?
Yeah, those are my best buddies back home.
The Trombolone 12.
The guy in the black is actually my best friend. He is the lad of the lads back home.
And we're not just assuming that they're all on roids, but whenever every head looks the exact same.
The guy, that guy is a fucking monster in the white shirt.
Yeah, I'd say. You look at the angling, too. He's got a good setup. Jeez Louise.
Glory days, my friend.
God,
Good
you guys-
run.
You guys usually
When was that?
Back when men were freaking men.
5 years
Trembolone was
ago?
cool.
No, more than that. Jeez.
Look like it's about 23 degrees Celsius in that pic.
It does look very warm.
Absolutely.
I was
gorgeous.
probably 28 there, I'd say. So 8 years ago, 7 years ago.
Oh, what a time. What a time. 28-year-old Trembolone Sandwich.
Oh yeah.
All right, speaking of Trembolone Sandwiches, the performance-enhancing gamblers, the PEGs.
Hammer Dahn boys.
The Hammer-Down boys.
Yes.
The performance-enhancing gamblers. The Hammer-Down Championship boys. We'll be live in about 15, 20 minutes. What are you guys betting on today?
Baseball, playoff basketball,
Oh, yeah.
footy,
Oh, footy, League Un.
Yeah.
ice.
How'd it go?
9-4 yesterday.
Let's go!
I got a pick for Hammer Down too.
Ooh, it's been a while since you've graced us.
Bruins 8-1 against the Penguins tonight.
All right,
Correct score.
shut up.
I co-sign.
Oh, you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
fucking know.
Blue Jackets
Let's ride,
stink,
AJ.
dude.
Our goalie stand on his head tonight for sure.
Yeah, Swayman, he's a good gambler.
Casey DeSmith needs to figure it
Maybe
out.
7-1.
Blue Jackets stink.
You're right.
I hope Casey DeSmith read a
Okay.
goaltending for dummies book over the last couple of days now that he's the guy in between the pipes.
Yeah.
Well, he's basically had one in the locker room with him in Louis Domingue.
Very
So-
true.
What are the chances Louis Domingue comes in tonight, Nick?
Massive.
Yeah.
If it's going to be 7-1, pretty good.
Yeah. Let's
It's not
go.
going to
It's
be.
gonna, be, it's gonna be 3-0 after the
Is
first
this,
10 minutes.
is this in our barn or
oh,
it's
it's
in
at
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
it's in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, it's at the paint.
The Yinzers will let ownership know and the coaches know. If it's 5-0 or whatever, and Louis Domingue comes in and puts up a good second period and third period, there'll be Louis chance if they want him next week.
yeah.
Here's what I'll say about the Boston Bruins. Okay,
We're fucking
Pittsburgh
unbelievable.
Penguins playing with Casey DeSmith, their backup goaltender. Penguins are still the favorite. I mean, that's all you have to say about
That's
the
why.
Boston Bruins.
Winos are 8-2 at home in their last 10 against.
Last 10 don't matter. We're looking ahead to the fucking playoffs. See you guys there.
I'm going to FanDuel right now.
I'm putting $10,000 on the Bruins.
No. No.
Should.
On the... Is Gino back?
I think one more.
Connor,
game.
who's our best player?
Fucking whoever's on the ice.
All right, that's not how it works.
I agree.
That's not how it works.
Don't be trying to switch teams because Colorado's got Texas hockey in the first.
Oh no, I'm all about Colorado. You know that, but I do ride with Connor a little bit on Boston, especially against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, well, we're the best team in the fucking league, so I'm not worried about it.
Bees
Trying to get Connor to get more access.
Bees have been a bit of a tough stretch lately.
Also, if you want an update on teams, the Florida Panthers are minus 650 to win the game against the Detroit Red Wings.
Take Detroit. Come on, Evie.
You
Just
guys
beat the
fucking
Tampa Bay
stink.
Lightning.
Hockey's been over for you guys.
I just did money line 3-way Pens.
I don't know. I think that's a bad bet.
That's risque.
Well, I just went for it because
60,
every other bet that you've told me is a good bet in the last 2 weeks, I guess what? Emptied my bank account.
Not sure I told you this house yesterday. I did. I said, hey, look, this team's different.
You did not. You actually said Kyrie's going to score 52 points.
Yeah, I actually just told you Jaylen Brown first basket. He did not. That did not happen.
Yeah, no shit.
Well, I didn't know fucking Bruce Brown was going to come out balling.
Listen, I've tried to tail old Boston Connor for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It has been a terrible ride.
Yeah, I owe you about $75,000. But
Tonight
hey,
is the night it changes.
Exactly. Take the Bruins by 50.
All right.
Bad gambler.
We're back tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. Hammer down 15, 20 minutes or so. They'll be talking about all the bets that you need to bet. They are the performance-enhancing gamblers, the champion gamblers, the men who hit much higher than they probably should, especially since they have a live show every single day.
It's absurd.
How do the gambling gods let you guys continue to do what you're doing? I wonder.
They'll put you in check every once in a while.
Oh, yeah. I remember the other day.
Not right now, though. Swinging a hot bat.
Oh, you got a hot bat right now?
Swinging a hot bat.
How about you?
DeRozan last night, plus 950 first basket.
Felt pretty good about it?
Easy one.
Cash it.
Wow.
We hit a beautiful multi-sport parlay last night.
Greatest bet of all time, Mitt said.
God,
And it
Hammer
was.
Down is doing it, man.
The boys.
Good
I
coverage.
can't wait to watch. We'll be back tomorrow with some big-time guests. Feel Good Friday on from 11 to 2, Manana.
Hell yeah.
Here we go.
11 to 2, Manana.
Where's SmackDown?
Albany, New York.
Sweet.
That's the capital.
Yeah.
It is.
It's touching Canada.
Cuomo. Stop by Cuomo. Bring Diggs with you. He wants to go on this trip.
I don't think Cuomo's still there, is
Only
he?
if I was
think
going
so.
to save his dog.
His dog was left behind.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're back tomorrow. See you guys.